Oh, she was his mom, wasn't she?
She
Yeah.
was the stepmom.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So we're
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
Northwest Pacific Northwest Spheres. Back to Saltmarsh. Last time we played, we caught up Hutton and figured out what he was doing. We introduced a new character, um, a new investigator, and we what the heck else? That was about it. We introduced the new Undertaker in town. We what did you do, Aaron? Aaron found Miss Trudy's boarding house. Ooh.
He just went and checked in
Nice.
on him.
Right. But so what happened at the beginning of the session last time was that Hazard took his two delegates from the Quinoat, and he took Graves, and they just left the dispatch ship without telling Tom and
Nice.
Will anything, or even talking to Hutton or Fernando Jimenez, because I think Hazard realized he got to get things done. There's a lot to get done. Not to mention keeping these two disguised Quinoat under wraps with bandanas over their faces and big cowboy hats or whatever on and wearing white people clothes. So, Tuesday, May 1st, 1877. Hazard, where do you want to go? Where did you go when you left the dispatch, the
Uh,
excise boat?
Probably try to set them up in the house real quick, the abandoned
In,
mansion.
oh, you're taking them up to the Vero mansion? Like 4 miles away?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Because I was thinking, hey, this would be out of the way. And then
Well,
I want to head to um, B place
B place.
above Saltmarsh. I always forget the name. Where Tex would deliver newspapers.
Oh,
Burl.
Burl.
Okay.
Burl. There
So
we
that's
go.
your first. So what all do you want to get done on Tuesday? You're not going to get to Burl till after dark. Do you want? Graves asks you if you want him to do some other things. But he'd like to know
Ooh.
what is the plan, and this is for you too, James. What is the big plan,
So the big plan is to go down to
Burl?
Burl.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that's right. Hire 100 men.
with
Okay.
with some money.
Okay.
Um, and let's see.
Okay. Other assets are also the Sea Ghost.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Do
Oh
you want to
yes,
deal with
yeah.
that?
Let's see, goes.
You got Burl. You want to
Yes.
hire 100 men. You got the Sea Ghost. You got these two delegates.
Does the sea ghost look like it could have 100 people on it?
Oh yeah, easily. You're not sure what the
Nice.
initial crew was. You would probably have to ask somebody who knows ships, or possibly someone that served in the war. Um, Jeffrey served in the war. Councilman Jeffrey. Um, yeah, he definitely served in the war, in the Civil War. I don't know of anybody else who did. So,
I know
um,
someone else who did.
he's gone. He murdered somebody. Leave it. Uh,
Pretty
Also,
good.
you've got Graves. You can use Graves. Also, Bat you kind of left without dealing with Bat yet. That's another potential person that you could use. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So keep that in mind as well. Um, you're if you're going to use the Sea Ghost, you're going to need a crew, and you're going to need some men who know how to fire artillery if you want to use the cannons that are on board still.
Got you. Because I know
Graves,
how to shoot, and I actually explain how to load it
no, you
with
could, yeah, but that's going to take weeks of training to get
Oh,
a
okay.
crew. The big guns, and you saw the guns, the big 8-inch guns and the 9-inch gun, or sorry, it's a 7-inch gun and an 8-inch gun, and that's the muzzle like
Yeah.
diameter. Those are probably going to take a crew of 8 each. The smaller 32-pound guns are probably going to take a crew of 4 each, and there's 6 of those. So you're talking
Okay.
40 men just to run the guns if you want all the guns on that ship to be run. And they're going to have to be hauled back up on deck first and put back in place. So that's going to require
Okay.
some work. You could probably get people in Saltmarsh to do that part. You know what I mean? You just
Yes.
need some people who are willing to pull ropes and shit. Um, and your best bet for finding sailors and artillerists is not going to be in the county. You don't think?
Yeah. No.
Your best bet's probably going to be Seattle. Is your closest.
Seattle. Okay.
Hmm.
Got you.
And you've got, like I
So
said,
yeah.
you got Graves and Bat. Either or both of them you could send off to go recruit men in Seattle if you want, or whatever you want to do. I'm throwing ideas out, but
No. And I appreciate that a lot because I didn't even think about utilizing them because they're not players.
right. But then you could just send them away,
Um.
and they'll be out of the game session for a few days or a week, and then plus there is a telegraph in Seattle, which means if you send Graves, he can actually telegraph get money, have money wired to you, or him, or both.
Okay. Perfect.
So you can, if you be like,
Because
get us ten
that
thousand
other money's
dollars or
taken.
whatever.
Crap.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, the mail is taking a very long time.
But yes. So
So you have lots of options.
yes. I'd want to get with Jim Bat, and if we just want to just brush over that, we could see
Okay.
how much were we paying him to investigate this,
Well, he was paid by his company. You were paying the
or how much
company.
was I paying the company?
The company you were probably paying like, I don't know, $30 or $40 a week plus expenses. You haven't seen any expenses yet because Bat's been locked up most of the time that he was on looking for these things. Um, Jim Bat, you haven't really paid much of anything. He's still wearing ragged clothing and carrying a gun that I didn't realize the Springfield. I don't. I got to check. I'm not sure when the Springfield was actually started getting like breech loading on it. It wasn't a muzzle loader, but his is a muzzle loader. He bought a cheap one. Anyway,
Gotcha.
so he does not have much money. Um, he's ready to leave on the next stage if he can scrape together enough cash. But depending on if you make him an offer, who knows?
Oh yeah.
He's seen some shit though, obviously.
I think I may have forgot to hit the save button. We went with it's about $20 per ounce of gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly.
Yeah,
Okay.
roughly $20 an ounce. You have 50 pounds broken into
Yes.
two chests, 25-pound chests each. They can be carried. Right now, the two Quinoat have them. They're carrying them.
Yes, no, and
But
that's
that's
fair
your
too because that
payment.
makes them feel like
Right.
I'm not going to try to run away with the gold.
Well, no, I mean they're not like holding it so that you can't have it. They're just carrying it at the moment. When you
Gotcha.
get back, they get it out. They're kind of guarding it to make sure that no one else grabs it. Jim Bat's sanity is not great.
Yeah. I don't believe it is.
Graves is better than I thought.
I would want to deposit the gold in the bank and
Okay.
probably get some looks. I would assume.
No, not really.
no, drop off
They're
50
kind of
pounds.
surprised at. Well, you don't even just say put these two chests.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
yes,
like they're in a
'cause
couple of little
people
chests. So
I need these in safety deposit boxes.
it's not a safety deposit box, but they can put it in the
Sure.
safe. Sign paperwork for it. They'll look at it if you want them to verify that what's in there. Otherwise, he's just going to lock it. And this bank seems pretty trustworthy.
Yes. I will want to definitely go talk to the council.
Okay. You know where Jeffrey lives?
Yes,
Up on the hill.
I'll go
You've been
bug
to his
Jeffrey.
house. Do you want to do that first? Do you want to take the Quinoat with you?
Definitely no Quinoat. No,
Okay.
Quinoat after I put him at the mansion,
Okay.
I try to
Make me an idea check.
ask them to stay there. Idea check.
They'll stay there.
76,
Fail.
85. We're
85.
good.
Okay. My question for you for this idea check is what are you going to tell Jeffrey? Everything and the truth?
Lay down.
Or what? You're a terrible liar. Keep that in mind. So, I believe you're fast
I'm going to
talking.
tell him the pertinent information of I have run into a great opportunity to move forward with like basically getting rights to some gold in exchange for some aid that these natives need.
We're gonna have to role play this out. Okay, we're gonna have to role play it out. All right, so
Sure,
you first
sure.
met. You're gonna take the Quinoat up to the Vero mansion.
Back.
What do you want Graves and Bat to do in the meantime? And are you gonna try to hire Bat on to keep him
Oh,
on?
yes.
You gonna let him leave?
Yes. I'll keep Jim on,
Okay.
and I'll have him go to Burl to see about trying to get some manpower. And they will be given. Yeah, no,
he's
I'll
gonna
give
need
him some
a
money
lot
too.
of money. Yeah,
Exactly.
he's gonna need the money to do that. Like probably several $100s, if not thousands.
Oh yeah. No. I was gonna give him $1,000 to like
Okay.
have a down payment on people
Gotcha.
that at this time.
He does have a
I
decent
asked for.
persuade.
I want to say I asked for 2 weeks.
Something like that. I would
Um,
assume you're going to try to do everything as fast as possible.
yes. I might even go up there with Jim, but I've got Graves. He'll go to Seattle real quick
Okay.
because would he be able to go there and back in about 2 weeks and get some stuff done?
Maybe. He notes there is a sloop owned by Miss Connors
Yeah.
that could probably get there in a day
Oh
to
wow.
Seattle.
To
Yeah,
Seattle?
boats are a lot faster than travel overland.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe 2 days tops. But you're talking a 2 or 3 day to get to Seattle on horseback or foot.
On boat. Okay.
No,
yeah.
no.
Um.
Longer on. It's going to be longer on foot. He can go.
So you said 3 or 4 days on foot?
Yeah. It's going to
Okay.
be longer on foot than, and plus he's going to have to, if he's going to Seattle to get sailors, how many? He's got to get sailors, artillerists, and people who know how to run a steam engine too. Because that's a
Then we
steam
might role
schooner.
play with Maggie too, because I'll have to talk to Maggie about. Hey, can your ship carry these people?
Maybe
Blah, blah,
I should.
blah.
No, it can't.
Can
It's
I pay you
that's
stuff?
not enough to hold like 100 people. Jim's also going to have
Yeah.
to, or Graves is also going to have to arrange for transport. But he can get the money in Seattle.
Yes.
He can have the money
Yes.
wired to Seattle, and so that's not a problem as far as that goes. Um, he suggests maybe he should talk to Miss Connors. She doesn't seem to like you very much.
Much better idea.
So he'll go talk to Miss Connors, and he's gonna see about getting up to Seattle and back if possible, or possibly just going
and
one
he's
way.
gonna try to get artillerists if he can,
Yes.
or
At least 40 men to run the cannons. And
yes.
how many men for the ship? 100? And do you want them all armed?
If you can, actually, in that case, maybe I should go to Seattle too, because if we can just get everybody from Seattle,
Mm. Well, you want to send Jim back to
yeah,
Burl. If
try
you
to
have
get
too
100
many men, is it really a problem?
Exactly, it's not going to be a problem. I'll just ask for more gold.
Plus, you need to be talking to the council here in town. This Graves reminds you of this. You probably need to stay here to talk to the council. Make sure the Quinoat
Right.
don't get found out by the Quaalude. And
Yes,
handle.
that's one of the top priorities.
You might have to bribe the council, he says, to use the Sea Ghost.
Oh, definitely.
So I think so. Graves thinks that you're going to be way too busy here to come to Seattle with him. He says he can handle it.
Yeah,
He'll
perfect.
hire the men and everything, and then Jim Bat, you're sending up with $1,000 to Burl to hire as many guys with guns as he can hire for something that'll take a week or two.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yeah, it'll happen in about a week and a half, and it'll last about a week.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah,
Is what we'll tell people.
That's fine with him. He
Because
is
I don't
going
want them
to
on
wait-
retainer or just
Right.
faffing about.
He's going to wait till the
basically.
next day. And take the stagecoach is what Jim says, if that's all right. Because it comes to Saltmarsh on Wednesdays, and then it heads back in.
That is
and he should be able to get back to
perfectly
Burl by the
fine.
evening, and then he'll start seeing if he can recruit men. He's a little on the fence about going back down there and dealing with those things, but he hasn't decided yet. But he will help you out with this because it's normal.
Yeah. And I let him know if he wants to back out last minute that
Okay.
is understandable.
All right. So, you're sending them off to do their thing. You're going to take the Quinoat up to the Varro mansion, which is still abandoned right now. You don't see any lights. You see
Yep.
no smoke. Nobody appears to be there. I'm assuming you guys just go on foot.
Yes,
Um,
yeah. I talked to them. Hey, how are y'all with the dark? Blah blah.
no, they're not really. They're fine.
Because we're gonna bring you food,
They're armed.
Joel.
The Quinoat like soldier or one of the chief's men has one of your rifles. Um, the the shaman uh, the shaman has a staff. Um, they seem somewhat surprised that as delegates of their tribe, they're staying in this ruined house. Uh, so
I we can role play the conversation if you'd like, but
no,
basically the gist is this town has Quaalude in it, or Quaalude, and they have a big camp nearby as well. So I do not want you getting discovered.
we do have something to show your leaders as well. We should speak to them at some point.
Yes,
They're
I will
fine with
talk with
that.
them
They'll stay
first,
here for now.
and I might even bring them up here.
We are disguised. No one will ever recognize us. Yeah,
We
good
don't want to
reaction.
test
Okay.
it.
So then you walk back to town. So it's probably mid-afternoon, around 3 or so. But by the time you get back to town, um, let's see. Yeah. So where do you want to go? You still got the rest of the day. I played through this day with Sean and Aaron. So we're gonna
Yeah,
finish up
my
this day
biggest
with
thing
you,
is I
and
don't
then
I
you
don't
can
want
hook up
them
with the
sitting
rest.
around
Um,
just waiting on me.
if you want Sean, Hutton can find Hazard. No, we're gonna wait till the next day till you have time to actually find Hazard and basically say I'm not going back. uh, I can't. We can play that out if you want.
Oh,
Or,
but the story.
but anyway, so when you return to town, what do you want to do? Who are you?
Probably go to
Sam.
Jeffrey first.
Okay, are you going to his
Oh,
house?
they said hi,
Are you
Sam.
going to the saloon?
Um,
Where do you want to look for him?
go to house first.
Okay, knock,
What
knock.
time did you say it was?
Mid-afternoon, like 3.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
House
he's
first.
home. His
Excellent.
man lets you in to his study, where he appears to be looking over ledgers, um, doing some kind of accounting work. And he goes, Mr. Hazard, how can I help you? He closes the book on on this massive,
Jeffries.
beautiful oak desk. He's got like he doesn't have gas, but he has lanterns around the room. It's well lit. He's got a big window behind him that he can spin his chair around. He can look down on Saltmarsh, on the whole town. It's a really nice
Good.
house. It's a beautiful house.
Nice. Mr. Jeffries, I have come across a very good proposition that was too difficult to turn down, and I would like to make Saltmarsh take some of the profits.
All right, feel free.
But of course, we would just need to work something out for just borrowing the Sea Ghost.
No, that's not possible. The federal men will be here by the end of the month to take it away, and it doesn't belong to
This
us.
would true. This deals with more than 100 pounds of gold. That some of that's gonna come for your water tower.
Wait, 100 pounds of gold.
Yes.
You, where is this gold? Why do you need the sea ghost for some kind of mining expedition?
Well, you see, it's not a mining expedition. We're trading labor and some arms for, some assistance for gold. Where is this room secure to talk in?
Yes, of course. He stands up. He goes over to the open door. He closes it. It's a thick door. And he walks back over
Nice.
to his desk. He says, "Well, you were sent down to Dunwater. Are you back?
Yes,
What did you
and
find?"
we have found that there are no Confederates over there.
All right.
It's it
What was there?
the town
Right.
is being currently occupied
Hmm.
by the enemy of the Quaalude. But
Democrats?
sorry, they they are another native group that
Another tribe of Indians.
yes, they kill on sight each other. So we just want to keep them apart, and they want to go back to their homeland, which is in some secret place. But we're just helping them get out the entities that are over there.
Why?
Sounds like
Why do you need the ship?
uh, bigger guns. It sounds like it will be on the shore. We should have the ability to fire from the boat to whatever's over there.
I'm gonna need a lot to know a lot more about what happened down at Dunwater.
Sure.
Lay on your bed. Lay down.
Now you can
So
summarize, James, what you say. You don't have to roleplay
yes,
this whole thing out if you don't want to, or you can roleplay the whole thing out. But what do you want to tell him?
basically, I want to tell him
Oh, you made your intelligence check too.
yes.
Okay. If you bring up the supernatural, and you had the Quinoat to show him, and he flubs the sanity check,
He could
he's
go crazy.
probably gonna no, but he's probably gonna believe everything you say.
Oh, okay,
You know what
gotcha.
I mean? Seeing these, bleh, could potentially be the proof you need.
Oh, yeah.
And also, you probably should show him all that gold you got. That'll probably
Oh,
win him
Lord,
over.
yeah. I was going to show him in the bank.
Okay, yeah. But
If
basically,
you'd
what
like.
do you want to tell him?
But basically, yeah. If
He
you want to
wants
come with me to the
details.
bank, I can show you. I was given about half because I promised to help with 100 men. So I'm looking. I sent Graves over to
All right,
Seattle
all
to
right.
help try to get some people. Blah blah blah.
Okay, you tell him
Um,
all that. But what did you
yeah.
find down there? It was just the
Oh,
Indians living down there.
I found the Indians living down there. They were trying to branch out for help. It seemed like the Confederates, the reason that was on the map was because they were selling some of my guns to them. So that was an unpleasant surprise. But with this new trade agreement with the gold, I might just brush that off, type of stuff,
It's
because
worth
it's not their
it's worth
fault for
a
buying stolen
Oh,
goods.
it's worth a lot more. That gold's worth a lot more than all those guns too.
Exactly.
Like a lot more.
lay down.
But with this trade agreement, blah blah blah, and
Lay on your bed.
so if I could just borrow the boat to get the men down there faster, and we can use the cannons to help with that stuff, then we'll bring the boat and the rest of the gold back, and then we can go ahead and start work on that water tower.
Okay, he still is on the fence. He wants to see the gold. You're right.
Oh yeah, and I'll
Um,
bring you some of the, and I can bring you to the Quaalude that I did bring
the Quinoat,
that wanted Quinoat
Right.
that wanted to speak with the
the council.
leader of this town, basically.
All right,
Which
so you have these people here too. All
yes,
right, I'm gonna want to talk to them as well before we bring this before the council. All
of
right.
course.
Okay, so he comes with you to the bank. You show him the gold.
Sweet.
He takes out a knife.
Does his mouth drop?
He does look really surprised and like cha-ching. He cuts off a tiny
Exactly.
piece. You stop by the assayer's office. He talks to oh shoot, what's her name? Eloise Miller, I believe, is the name of the assayer in town who took over for when her husband died. Assayer's office. Yeah, Eloise Smith. Sorry, not Miller. He takes that piece of gold to her to test it to see, it's a tiny,
Purity.
tiny piece, like
hmm
almost nothing, to test to see how pure it is.
Yeah.
Um, um, are you taking him to the mansion to see the Quinoat?
After the test of gold, yeah.
It'll take her a while to test the gold.
Okay, okay. So we just
She's
drop
got to
off
use
and go.
chemicals and crap on it, and just to see what the purity is. Yeah. So he'll go with you to the mansion. Um, Are you going to have the Quinoat show themselves to him, like, without their stuff on their face and
Oh
all
yeah,
that stuff? Okay,
oh
so
yeah.
he gets a
We
sanity
have, and
check.
I say it too. They're wrapped up so that they are not noticed in town because again,
The
secrecy of the
Quaalude
utmost
hate them, you said.
importance.
90!
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he did not make a sanity check.
He's like, ah!
5 points. Oh no. He made his intelligence check. So he does go temporarily insane.
Oh no!
Let's see what happens. Hold on. I gotta get
Oh my god, he took 6 points. Jesus. I hope
thought he said
Jeffries
5.
doesn't die here. I liked him. He's easy. He just wants money and his town to prosper.
Right.
Which makes him a good guy in my mind, even though he wants money.
It's the time.
I can't remember if there's
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants money.
I can't remember if there's a. Well, yeah, you could probably buy him, but this just makes the process a little faster.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
If he
and this
goes nuts. He did. He went temporarily insane. That's awesome. Do they have sanity checks in Down Darker Trails? I don't think they did. I don't think they had a special one in there.
I could look if you want to continue something else. Say I got that book, but
Yeah, you can look in that book if you want, Aaron. Yep. He flips out. He turns and he tries to like punch you, Hazard. Like he's pissed off that you showed him this terrible thing. You and the other
can I try to dodge?
you and the Quinoat. I'm not gonna roll it out. He's just trying. He's like, oh, why did you show me this? He just flips out, and you and the Quinoat can jump him. And like hold
Calm
him
down,
until
Mr.
he calms
Jeffries.
down, right?
Please don't hurt him, gentlemen.
He apologizes. He doesn't know what came over him. Uh, uh, he talks to them, and they start talking about ghouls and serpent people who will be aiding in the attack with magic and all this other shit.
And I cut in. I did leave that out until you met them, but yes, I have run into these things as well.
He still seems really pissed off at you. And that's probably the temporary insanity that's going to last a few hours. And he says, "You tell me now, then." So everything from here on that he talks to you,
I'll
he
explain
sounds so
everything
pissed.
now.
All right. He
I am
believes
3 to
all
1.
of it. He believes everything. He just got 5 points of Cthulhu Mythos. So,
I think he's got more than I do now.
he went temporarily insane, man. I was hoping he would just faint. I think that would have been cool, but it says violence is what he got, and he took it out on you. So he's still like obviously very upset with you because he did not want to know any of this. But you tell him everything. Then you say, he says, "All right. So it's another 50 pounds of gold."
At least.
He seems to like
I
the
might be
idea of
able to
that.
get more if I bring more people. Would that be a fair assessment, shaman?
You've got Nishad, who's the soldier, and Gagi, who is the shaman. Remember,
Does
the
he correct me
shamans
with
didn't
Gagi?
like you guys. They didn't want you there. Remember?
Yeah.
So you probably want to deal with Nishad as much as you can because he's on the side of the chief, and the chief is all like alliance, and let's have a bunch of people.
Nishad, would that be a fair assessment?
There will be more gold that we will most likely find.
That is good to hear.
Um, Jeffries doesn't think.
Isn't it, Jeffries?
Jeffries doesn't think you should keep him here. They're going to. We're at the next council meeting. Next Monday. Next Monday. No, the Monday after next. We're going to. He's having trouble collecting himself. He's still really upset and really freaking out.
Oh no, that makes sense.
We are going to rule on selling this house as soon as possible, as well as all the possessions. Everything that was found inside the house will also be sold. I'm telling you this in advance, but it won't be going into the paper until next week. The council meeting's on the 15th. What he's trying to figure out what the date is in his mind. James, you can make me an intelligence check, and you will have the date like Oh, because today's the 1st, and it's a Tuesday.
What the heck?
Where are
Oh,
you,
there they
man?
are. Okay. Misplaced my D10s for a minute.
Sean got food. Damn
11.
you, Sean.
So
Oh
yeah,
God,
that's a
that's success.
success.
Yeah. So the council meeting is the second Tuesday of every month, which will be the 14th.
Okay.
They're going to try to sell the house the Friday after, or the Saturday after that. They're going to have the
And I'll
auction.
be there for the auction.
That's because they're pushing it through. He mentions that Oakley Jones is coming up to actually act as the auctioneer because apparently he knows how to run an auction from the county seat. So I don't know if people are going to be coming out here soon. We need to find another place to keep them. He looks at them and he looks away. It's like he doesn't want to look at them. He's like, I trust my servants.
Understandable.
We can keep them at my house. He does not seem to want to do that, but he thinks that is probably for the best.
We'll just need to make sure they are extraordinarily tight-lipped, because I would hate for there to be violence in your house, because
I will inform my staff to be armed as well. We have to keep this under wraps, though. If the Quaalude hate them, like they say,
yes.
you guys have it's dark now. You're gonna have to walk back in the dark. You've been talking for
Yeah.
hours, giving him all this information, and he's like,
Oh yeah. And he's got to process all that.
yeah, and he's also having difficulty thinking. He can't look at these guys, dude. Every time he
Yeah.
starts to look at him, he looks away and he's like, and then he starts talking again. You know what I mean? Like he collects himself. We might want to get Cunningham on board.
We can do that.
We'll
Which one
have
was
to-
Cunningham again?
He's the guy in charge of the newspaper.
Newspaper. Ooh.
In order that he does not publish anything, he's always got his nose into everything, and he's very good at finding out information. I don't know how he does it, but he's very, very good at it. We might want to bring him on board. We'll have to tell him the truth. Maybe if he sees these gentlemen, he will come on board as well. The marshal's been looking for you as well, Hazard.
Looking for me?
Yes, yes.
Do you know why?
I'm not exactly sure. He didn't tell me. Um, okay, so yeah, Jeffries takes a long time to collect himself, but the four of you can head back, and he will put the Quinoat in one of his upstairs guest bedrooms. Um, he's going to suggest to you, out of earshot, due to the smell, they have a smell like fish,
They do smell a little fish.
that we might want to introduce the council members one by one to them, individually in the house, rather than bring them to a council meeting. We could also have an emergency session. And you guys have presented that these Yuggs or whatever could be a danger to Saltmarsh too. At least that's what the Quinoat have been saying. Like the whole coast could get taken over by them. So Jeffrey is very concerned about that as well. Mortimer Jeffrey. So yeah, that's his plan. And you're hiring men. Where?
We're hiring from Seattle and Burl.
All right.
I'd like to keep your people away from it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he seems on board, and he's going to talk to each of the council members individually. They might have a special meeting or something, or they might just not. They might just decide on this. But he thinks that likely, yes, you should be able to take the Sea Ghost. Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. Yeah. Jeffries is freaking out. You're guessing he's probably going to be locking his bedroom door that night.
Oh yeah. And after they
sleeping with a
live there
gun.
with him.
Yeah. Okay, so you get back to town. You get them secured. You still have some time this evening if you want it. Hazard?
It's been a trip. Probably rest time.
Right. Well, he said the marshal wanted to see you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of surprised you haven't seen Cunningham yet, actually. People knew that you guys left on the dispatch a few days ago and are back. They don't know necessarily what it was about, but obviously word's probably gotten around town. So,
I'll run to the marshal first, then
Yeah.
the newsman.
okay, yeah, you can do that.
Have a look for him.
Jeffries notes he's going to try to talk to Cunningham as well. So you don't have to
Oh,
do that if you
tonight?
don't want to deal with that.
Okay, yeah.
He didn't
No,
say
that's fine.
when, but yeah. Marshall Dodd says, Mr. Hazard, I have a question for you. Did you find a rose made of gold in the Vero mansion?
Now that you mention it, I believe we did.
I'll need that back. That will have to
Sure thing.
be auctioned off with the rest of the items. If you have anything else that you took from the mansion, please return it to me.
I believe that was it. We've just found some oddly gold items, and I liked the artistic quality, but it got bent, so
Very well.
it is less
Yes,
visually alluring.
if you can bring it back here, I would appreciate it. Or I can come
Sure
to
thing.
your place of residence and get it if you wish.
That would be preferred because
Okay, yeah.
I am dog tired.
He's going to go with you, yeah. So he goes with you back to the boarding house. He gets the rose. He wraps it up in like a towel, and he takes it away. It's going to go to the other stuff. Everything that was found and turned over to them, apparently, your guess is going to be auctioned off when they auction this thing off. That is
Gotcha.
not like public knowledge really yet, but you know that this auction's coming, so that's your guess. And all the shit and then all that money is going to go to the town.
Yep.
Let's see.
Which I'll talk to Jeffrey about later for possible discount.
You also
for doing all
notice-
this proactive
You
stuff.
also noticed something else. Have you looked in gaming text down darker trails lately, James? Can you
the
pop that
wanted
open?
poster?
Yes, you do notice wanted posters up for text around town.
Good.
So you would notice that.
I
for
haven't
sure.
read these. Oh no, that's from old stuff. Okay. Yeah.
There won't be newspaper out again until Thursday in a few days. So you just go back to the boarding house after that and crash. You're woken in the middle of the night, James, by screaming coming from upstairs. Ah! 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 The whole house is roused.
What the hell?
People go upstairs. The owners are going upstairs. Somebody's got a lantern. They knock on the door, and it's opened by none other than Loren Hutton, who you didn't know was living here.
Good.
Last you know, this is Tex's old room. You think?
What? Is everything okay, Loren?
What is going on? What happened? Were you being robbed?
Sorry. Nightmare.
All right, okay. They all look at you like, wow. Nobody's ever woken them up screaming because of a nightmare. But
Hutton's gonna get thrown out of this
Terrors are a
place.
terrible thing.
so you settle down. Hazard, that's miserable. You woke up from a sound sleep,
Oh,
and the first one you've had in days. And I don't know how. Make a con check. If you make it, you can get back to sleep pretty easily. Otherwise, you just lie there for like an hour before you can nod off again.
80. That's no.
Yeah, you're laying there like tossing and turning. It's like, God damn it. Yeah, but the rest of the night passes uneventfully. Wednesday, May 2nd, 1877. You do learn, kind of through the grapevine. Actually, Graves, you find a note in your room, Hazard, when you went back that evening, from Graves, that he was able to get Miss Connor's services, and they will be leaving immediately for Seattle. He'll be back as soon as possible with as many men as he can hire. Wednesday, May 2nd. Okay, let's see. Let me look at my notes. Oh, shoot, I forgot something for Hazard. Oh, I was going to have to wait till Wednesday, May 2nd. You're woken, Hazard, the next morning to knocking at your door. It's kind of
One moment.
just like a constant knocking, just very lightly.
Oh, do they keep going after the one moment?
Yes.
Then I'll head to the door first. May I help you?
It's Ed. Mr. Hazard, he looks up and down the hallway. I'm supposed to bring you to talk to the elders. They want to know what happened.
With what?
When you went down there to Dunwater.
Well, it's what time is it?
About 6 a.m. It's after
Well,
the sun has just risen. Yeah.
rising.
Oh yeah, it's late.
I typically sleep in till around 7.
Oh, but they need to talk to you. If you come, it'd be great,
Now?
Mr. Hazard. Oh yeah, they want to know what happened. They said they thought you would come yesterday as soon as you got back, because they said that you mentioned possible bad things. I don't know. They didn't tell me.
What kind of possible bad thing?
I don't know. They didn't tell me that you seem to think there were certain people. Maybe.
Oh.
You kind of let slip about the Quinoat. You didn't. We retroed out most of that, but
well, yeah, and I was just trying to play dumb, but
you did kind of
yes.
slip that you might know where they were. And then you went on a trip to this nearby abandoned town and came back. And so they probably want to talk to you about the Quinoat. If you found them. Where are they? We want to kill them now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably totally what they want to talk to you about. Yeah, and you get all that.
Right.
You're like, oh, shit.
Could I have some time to get ready? Maybe you come back after breakfast?
I'll wait down in the parlor.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Hazard. Thanks. They seem really, really upset. And then he turns and he walks towards the stairs.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna get ready.
Are you having breakfast?
Yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast. I'm gonna write a note real quick too.
Okay.
Put it on my bed. No.
If I don't come back, they murder me.
Basically.
Really, the Quinoat of La Push have threatened me. If I am not back, they have killed me
no.
and scalped me.
I'll just put like to Jeffries on it. Or,
okay.
Yeah, I might have it delivered to him from the just like drop off the thing at the front because they deliver my mail anyways.
Yeah. If you drop it off and it's got an in-town address, you probably don't even.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put a stamp on it, but if you don't, they'll probably just take it anyway.
Yeah, and I'll like put a quarter on it or something.
You notice. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. Sorry.
Loren Hutton is at breakfast that morning. He looks disheveled and tired. You also notice another gentleman you do not recognize. He is wearing a nice black suit. He's got a mustache, black hair. He's just really, really decked out very nicely. Rings on his fingers, Sean? Any rings on his fingers?
No.
Okay. But he looks pretty high class. And you did notice a face that you didn't recognize from any of the other boarders.
Are they sitting together?
Crowd. No. You notice a face in the crowd going up to Hutton's room to investigate the screams the night before.
The gentleman is the most recent picture in character picks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Character pick. There it is.
But everybody has a nice breakfast. You can have a conversation if you wish.
Yeah. I'd stop with Loren, ask him if he was able to get any more sleep.
A little.
Are these recurring nightmares, or is this new?
Since we returned.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Of the things we were able to see down there?
Yes.
Make me a fast
That
talk.
makes sense.
Hutton. NPCs. That's what I need.
Loren Hutton, fast
And I
talk.
wouldn't use a psychology here because it's idle chatter for my character.
It's a big failure.
Yeah, he's not being completely honest with you about his dreams. Hazard, just FYI.
Yeah, and Hazard just goes, it's not my business.
That's fine. you realize that whatever he's dreaming about, it's not about those things down there.
Well, how long have you been staying here, Loren?
NPCs.
I've been into you before.
What? Loren just moved like literally
Yesterday.
a day or two.
Literally
Yes.
yesterday.
I just moved in. The room above the paper is just uncomfortable now.
Got you. Um. Well, did you mention anything that we did while we were down there?
Yeah, okay. Keep in mind you guys are sitting at a table with other
Yeah.
people eating, so just keep that in mind while you're... Yeah.
I'm whispering.
Oh, okay.
What I said is we can't talk about it yet.
Good. I want to try to keep it as secret as we can. The council's probably going to find out, but we need to make sure your friend, Mr. Paper, doesn't talk or write about anything until after everything's
Lay
done.
on your back. Your butt.
And I haven't seen that person around town before. Do you know who that is?
I don't think they've met
They
each other.
haven't met. Loren had a pretty rough day yesterday. He didn't really see many people.
I do not know who that is.
Well, well, I'm just enjoying the breakfast.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You don't have that. That's the end of that
idle
conversation.
chatter at this
You're not going to
point,
talk to the
just idle
person
chatter.
across the table, who you were talking about. You're not going to talk to him.
Oh, are we at the same table as that guy?
It's just one table.
Oh,
There's two owners. There are about 6 or 7 boarders. No, 6 total, because there are 4 rooms upstairs. Hazard, Graves, you got 2 adjoining rooms. Across the hall must be, or maybe upstairs is this new guy. You knew there's a 4th bedroom on the 2nd floor where most of the nicer rooms are, and there are 2 bedrooms on the top floor, I believe. And one of those was Tex's bedroom, and that's where Loren Hutton is living now. Maybe it's Tex's ghost. Ooh, wait, he's not dead. Anyway,
or is he?
Maybe it's Jack Justice's ghost. Anyway, so
I don't believe we've been introduced.
that's to
William Hazard.
That's to Dempsey.
To Mr. Hat.
He's probably not wearing his hat.
He's not wearing the hat. It is probably on a table, or maybe even on the hook. He would have brought it down from his room, and it probably went on a hook. People don't wear their hats inside, except in like saloons and stuff like that, and cowboys. People of culture do not wear their hats in the house.
Yes.
Correct. Did you say your name?
Yes, William Hazard. And I reached out my hand. I stood up to reach out my hand.
We'll stand. It is good to meet you, Mr. Hazard. I am Callum Dempsey.
Dempsey. Have I heard of that name before?
No.
Okay.
No, this fellow's well dressed, but he's not like dressed like you. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
He's not rich. He is probably wealthy, but he might just be a well dressed middle class person as well.
Yeah, it's a nice suit, but
not like $100. It's not like a $200 suit. It's just a very nice suit.
On our boat journey back, did Hutton mention that he would not be wanting to go back?
No, that has not been mentioned.
Okay.
We'll role play that out at some point.
Got you.
If he wants to, or he might just hide. Who knows? He sees Hazard walking down the street. He ducks into a shop or something.
And he said it was Callum, right?
Yes, Callum. Callum, right?
Dempsey. Yep.
Dempsey with an S-E-Y. D-E-M.
Oh, okay.
S-E-Y. Dempsey. No, you don't recognize the name.
Okay,
It's
so I
not
was
anybody
saying it
rich. It's not anybody who's been associated with your company or anything like that.
Here's a question. Since Callum Dempsey served in the war,
yes,
has he heard of Hazard?
No. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, make an intelligence check. Yeah, you might have.
Or at least Hazard Arms.
Did you say Hazard Arms, James?
No.
Somehow, no. Not
this time. Hazard's thrown off. He didn't get a good night's sleep last night because all the screaming.
Yeah.
Did you make it? Yeah, you have heard of Hazard Arms. It's not a real common name, I don't believe. So
are you in any connection to the arms maker?
Oh, why yes, that is me. Hazard of Hazard Arms. I must be getting rusty.
I, I encountered a few of your firearms in the war.
Oh, is that your trade?
Not anymore, thankfully. Now I am a undertaker.
Undertaker. Well, well, I have two things for you then. The first being,
He pulls out a measuring tape.
Does he really?
it's not to be so forward, Mr. Dempsey,
That'd be awesome.
but if you did like to dabble in your past, there is a call to arms that's going to be happening in this next week or so. I'm trying to recruit some people. But also, when arms are involved, death follows. So, of course, there's going to be payment for the risk. But if people also fall, that helps out your new primary job.
Oh dear, what dangerous thing is this, Mr. Hazard? This is one of the ladies that stays at the house. She looks
Well,
a little distressed at your discussion.
well, Miss.
I haven't named her yet. Some of the other people staying at your place do not have names. Let's see. Here we go. Get the old Victorian name generator.
Here, I'll be right back real quick. I'm just going to hit a light.
Okay.
Eleanor Rigby. That's my name. Oh.
No, never. I found a name that's interesting. I don't have anything to drink. It's a bad time. Everybody just stops. Okay, so we'll jump to Fernando Jimenez,
Ding, 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 ding.
who wakes up that morning. There's some extra food in the kitchen that he usually grabs and eats for breakfast.
Sorry, Miss.
Miss Finnerty, Aline Finnerty. We haven't been properly introduced. And then she looks at like the owners, the two owners who are sitting at the table, possibly surreptitiously holding hands underneath the tablecloth. Oh,
And she just shakes her head.
I'm so sorry, Miss Finnerty. Yes, we haven't had a good introduction, Mr. Hazard, to those people living. So many people have been coming and going lately. I apologize for that. You also haven't met Mr. Dempsey. He's only started yesterday, and of course, Mr. Hutton, who also started living here yesterday. You were unavailable yesterday. You didn't come in till very late last night, did you, Miss Finnerty?
Oh, yeah.
And he gives her like a look, like, "Don't you put this on me?" And she says,
Oh,
"Well,
it's
yes,
perfectly
I was
fine.
out very
I
late."
came in late myself.
What is this dangerous thing, Mr. Hazard? You don't know much about Finnerty. She does some work somewhere in town, probably for one of the shops, probably for one of the more upscale shops. She might be like, I don't know. You don't know. You don't honestly know where she works. You haven't really been introduced or met her yet. Now you have.
Got you.
So
Nice.
doors are now
And
open.
they said how long she's been here?
She's been here for only a few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a newcomer to town. Well, no, that's not true either. She got here a couple months, we're going to say. She came in the winter. So she was here before you were.
Okay.
And you've been in this boarding house for a few weeks and have not been introduced. And obviously she takes great offense at that. But it is still Victorian. It's not Victorian England, but some people still are kind of stuffy. And you don't talk to people till you're properly introduced, blah, 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 all that crap.
It is very nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Mr. Hazard. But what is this terrifying thing you're talking about?
Do not worry. It is not happening anywhere near here.
Oh, that's very good. This doesn't seem like appropriate breakfast table conversation, though.
You are correct. I should have brought this after breakfast.
That's quite all right. I forgive you. And then she goes back to her dainty eating and talking about mundane stuff.
I try to join in with her just to make her feel more.
Yeah, you do. You're rich. You can schmooze with people like that. With like, the weather is so fine.
I regret not putting points into charm.
Yeah, she's not unattractive. Slim, black hair. I'm gonna say, pulled back in like a bun in the back. She wears nice clothing. She's obviously not rich either, but obviously she wears clothing to look nice. So you guys finish breakfast. If you want to continue the conversation with Dempsey, you can after breakfast, where there's not a bunch of people sitting around just listening to you.
But Dempsey, so you are staying here. This isn't happening anytime soon, per se, next week or so. So plenty of time to mull it over. I believe we're doing $100 for services rendered. That now, Andy, that is a lot of money for just
for a week
just
work. Yes.
what I'm broadcasting as a day of fighting, just one day of battle. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's.
I want to make sure I'm paying people fairly.
You said $100.
If he was a soldier, yeah. If he's an officer, it wouldn't be as much, but it would still be a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I did just make a large investment with the other undertaker in town. I have gone into partnership. It wouldn't be bad to recoup some of that money a little quicker.
And when you served, what was your position?
Well, I was a field doctor.
A field gunner.
Doctor.
Oh, doctor. Sorry. I just get a little excited when we talk of firearms. But
I did serve on the front line. I have shot. I personally, no offense to you, Mr. Hazard.
No.
I'm partial to the Winchester.
Understandable. They're more affordable.
And it's what I was able to use and get comfortable with during the war. But since then, I gave up my practice as a doctor because I found it didn't suit me.
Interesting. Well, yes, thank you for your time, Dempsey. And you have a blessed day. Is Ed just standing behind my shoulder or something?
Yeah, he's in the parlor. He's been waiting in the parlor all morning. You guys were out of earshot of him.
Please tell me, Ed, you've had breakfast, because I'm just turning to him now.
Oh, yeah, I ate a long time ago. Are you ready? We should go.
Yes, I believe I can come with you now.
Oh, good. That's good. Let's go. So you guys go, and we're going to jump to, we were starting on Jimenez, who woke up and had a nice breakfast. Anything you want to do today, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know if there's much that he wants to do. He does want to try to track down Hazard at some point in time, but
okay.
That's really all he wants to do.
Okay.
Like, you might just be sitting on the porch in front of the saloon having a cigarette.
All right, yeah, you spot Hazard. Go to the livery stable next door with a native who you recognize as Ed, who is kind of a handyman around town. Mostly works for Mortimer Jeffrey, but he also does other stuff. You haven't really had a chance to really talk to him, get to know him, but you've seen him in the saloon. He usually gets like a glass of milk and a sandwich or some real simple, easy food. And I believe you saw him yesterday talking with Maggie Connor.
Okay.
They're hustling. Ed's hustling. Hazard seems to be just comfortably walking as he always does.
I, I'm gonna casually walk. I'm not gonna like walk towards them, but I'm gonna walk over to the stables too.
Yeah, it looks like Ed is talking to the guys that run the place. They're gonna get a couple. They're getting a couple horses round and saddled up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head over to Hazard then if they're getting horses around.
Yeah.
Um, where are you two off to?
We're off to talk to the elders of the
Quaalude. That's what Ed
Quaalude.
says.
Thank you, Ed. I'm
Over
so
in,
bad
over in
with
LaPush. Over in LaPush. We're late.
even the push. It's hard to remember. Sorry for the ignorance.
I'm just gonna give Hazard a look. Like he's just kind of squinting his eyes and just looking at him right now. He's curious.
Oh, but Fernando, if you'd like to meet up for lunch, I'll be at the saloon later, and I would love to discuss some more future projects with you.
Yes, that would be good.
Excellent.
Okay. You guys get loaded up and head out of town. Hutton! We're going to jump to Hutton. He's going to get to play a little bit more. Do you go to work today?
And
Yes.
Okay.
Hazard may not be going to the toilet so rat. He made the stove, man.
Say that again, Aaron. I couldn't
Yeah, I
understand
didn't
you.
catch that.
Oh, I'm just saying. Fernando might be thinking Hazard's ratting people out.
It's all about the money. Yeah, Hutton, you go into the office. You actually spot. Well, you probably left straight after breakfast. Cunningham. Cunningham looks really shook up.
Is everything okay, sir?
Yeah, he looks around. Abraham's not in the office right now. He must be off doing something. He says, "You should have just told me, Hutton. You shouldn't have made me." Mortimer Jeffries got those two fellas
Uh-oh.
up at his house.
Ooh.
The two fellas you brought back with you. He says that that Hazard has told him everything in order to get the use of the sea ghost and help from the town. What the hell?
Yeah.
What are those things?
I think they're natives,
No.
but they've
I
never.
don't know what those are. And he's talking about ghouls and people that are snakes or something.
Yeah.
He sworn me to secrecy. And I don't think I could put any of this in the paper anyway.
You need to stay away.
Why don't you hand over that envelope? I want to see what your story sounds like.
I hand it over.
Yeah, he's going to read it. He's obviously not printing any of this yet. He does not want to start a race war, probably.
I've been suffering from nightmares since returning.
So, Hazard's taking these people down there to fight some war against some things. He didn't tell me what these other things were. These Yuggs? But he looked like he knew. Oh, wait. Let's give Jeffrey a Cthulhu Mythos roll. No. Just in case he was just like, oh, God!
Holy shit,
I know what they are! Yeah, whatever they are.
I didn't see the Yuggs, right?
Nobody did. You were told
Nobody
about the
told.
Yuggs. You were told there was something called a Yugya, which is like a Yugg. You think Hazard went and looked at one. There was supposed to be one locked up.
I feel like I didn't look at it, though.
You did. You went and looked at it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you went and looked at
Okay.
it. It was not pleasant.
What did it look like again?
It was
if you
all
don't
like a
mind?
boneless person and all messed up. And I described it, and you were like, "Yeah, that's the face you made." Like, Just weird and creepy and worse even than the Quinoat. So you and Cunningham discussed this for a while.
Okay.
Um, he confesses he wouldn't have believed it if he hadn't seen those Indians. It was very disturbing, and there was something wrong with them. Um, but you have a confidant. Hutton's got a confidant in Cunningham who's going to keep the story under wraps until it plays out and doesn't know if he'll ever publish anything about it because it's fantastic. It's unbelievable. Um, so for now, it didn't happen. He takes that envelope and he
Hmm.
puts it in the bottom drawer of his desk, which he locks. He's got a little key that he locks it with.
Okay.
And that's where that's going to go for now, is what he tells you. After he read it and everything, and then he put it away. Um, and he tells you that Hazard's trying to. Basically, Hutton knows everything that Hazard has been telling Jeffrey. Jeffrey obviously came completely clean with Cunningham, so they're going to try to use the Sea Ghost. They're hiring a crew. They're hiring gunners, and then they're going to take all this and men that they hire out of Burl and head down to where these Indians are. He can't remember. Well, he knows the name, the Quinoat, but he doesn't say it. He just says these. He starts to say Qua, and he stops himself and he says these Indians are. We probably shouldn't even use that word, just in case. And he goes to the front windows and he looks out up and down the street. And he goes and sits back down, and then he gets out a bottle from his desk drawer and he pours you each a drink of some pretty rough, cheap whiskey. Yeah. All right, so
Uh,
Fernando's waiting for Hazard to come back. I'm sorry, did you add more?
Loren is also going to tell Cunningham about the visions he's been having.
Oh, shit. Okay. That would have been
Dropping
fantasy
the
just a
bomb.
freaking day ago. And now Cunningham listens to you like he's believing every word, like he doesn't know what is going on in the world anymore. Um,
Reiterates the Skelly story.
And I tell him I've not told
skeleton
any.
story. He hasn't thought about that yet. He will. And then he'll be like, wait a minute. Go ahead.
Loren has
Wait a-
told anybody this.
No, wait a minute. I stayed up there for months when I first moved to town, but nothing happened to me.
I've seen. The,
I don't believe. It's not that I don't believe you, Lauren. It's just I don't understand why it wouldn't have happened to me first.
I've seen the old owner. A cat talk to me.
In your dreams, a cat talked to you.
I hope it was a dream.
Okay.
He said something about
Cunningham pours you both another drink.
the vials out of the house, out of the mansion. They're in the bank.
Well, Jeffrey confessed to me, and this is not public information yet, so let's not talk about it either. But they will be auctioning off everything they found in the mansion in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Probably the Saturday after the next council meeting, 14th, like the 18th, 19th.
All,
He goes and looks at the calendar.
Okay. All together, individuals.
They're gonna no, everything's gonna be auctioned off individually. The house and then everything that was found inside will be auctioned off. What you told him about the vials? You told him everything, right? All your dreams and shit. You showed him the picture that you
Yeah.
drew. You said that
Yeah.
freaking Warren Blank said that's the old owner.
Yeah, well, I
It's like-
explained to him that's why I've been trying to figure out
What?
this, because I remember asking Cunningham to look through old paperwork,
Right.
old newspapers. That's why I was looking for the old newspapers, trying to figure out what this man was trying to tell me.
The 19th is when the auction is probably going to take place, is my guess. That's Saturday, mid-month.
I think I need to buy the house.
You could try, but wait, why? Why buy the house? You don't have to buy the house. They'll be auctioning off everything found individually.
Oh,
The rose, the anything that was
Okay.
taken from the smugglers belongs to the town. They're auctioning everything off.
Mm.
If you think those vials are important, I'll help you. If you can't afford to buy them, I will back you some money to get them. All right?
I appreciate that, sir.
Well, don't call me sir. Just call me Luther.
Luther.
He's pouring you both another drink.
Yeah.
Day drinking.
Loren's getting day drunk, probably.
Probably. Cunningham's probably feeling it too. They're not big. He's not pouring. They're two big
Yeah, it's probably a
glasses,
little like
but
that.
yeah, exactly. That's how he's pouring the drinks. Okay. All right.
You're
Yeah.
not getting out of here, buddy.
So Cunningham is on board. Probably because he saw the Quinoat. Oh,
He's a
poor
puppy.
boy, poor baby.
Yeah, I know.
Poor torn. He's got a torn ACL.
I did need to tell you.
Second time.
Oh my God! Second time?
Yeah,
Jesus.
He's a
like,
very active dog, unfortunately.
2 years ago on 4th of July, he tore 2 ligaments in his back right leg, and Thursday he tore the ACL in his left leg, back left leg.
Poor baby.
So he's technically on crate rest,
But he won't stay
if
on.
we can keep him confined, like right now he's just chilling by the door in this room, so
Yeah.
he's not moving, he's okay.
That's good.
So what were you saying, James?
Oh, I was saying because regretfully we moved all the squishmallows for you, but now we have
Over here, on your day bed. Come on,
Squishmallows.
over here.
we have the squishmallows,
Lay
the
down.
stuffed animal.
Oh yeah. Now you have the weird thing over your head. The
Yeah, no. Now the TV is set to jellyfish stream. So
that fits for Call of Cthulhu, actually. Okay. So James, let's deal with Hazard going and talking to the Quinoat elders. Oh boy.
Real quick, Andy, though.
Yeah.
Can I follow them out there, but
Oh.
stay at a distance?
You could try. Sure. Are you getting a horse? You gonna just go on foot?
Oh, he has a horse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's in the stable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mount up. Are you gonna wait for them to leave the building entirely before you even put a saddle on, or are you gonna go ahead and start saddling up as they're getting ready to go, or something else?
If they look like they're halfway done, I think I'm going to try to just. I might start saddling up a little bit.
Okay. Do you have any stealth? Any points in stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make a roll. Sneaky boy.
Where's stealth? Oh,
You fail.
it's just a fail.
Do you want to push it, and how?
Yeah, I'll push it.
How are you
I don't know
pushing
how.
Yeah. Well, how would you try to saddle up your horse and make it harder for people to see you saddling up your horse? You know?
Could he just act like he's brushing or grooming her or something?
Yeah. Sure.
Like,
Okay.
a little slower.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Make a roll.
Oh yeah, he's talking in Spanish to the horse too.
Oh, he loves his horse. All right. Make a roll. Make your push roll. Tell me how you do.
Oh, I failed that one too.
Okay. Hazard, you can make me. No, you're gonna get it since he failed.
Yeah.
Fernando is obviously trying to hide saddling his
pushes-
horse up. Huh?
Doesn't it an auto success? It's just something detrimental happens.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is an auto success, but something detrimental happens.
Oh no, he does it wrong. So it's loose.
Oh, that's a good one. That could be very painful.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Fernando, you're not paying attention because you're trying to hide it. Once they go,
I don't know what's going on then. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what happens when it happens. Once they leave, that's when you finish up so that you can go out after them, but give them enough space so maybe they won't notice, right?
Right.
And as you're going out the door, your saddle slide. Actually, no. When you go to mount your horse, the saddle just does one of these. Just slides right over onto the side of the horse because you didn't cinch it up tight enough. Make me a dex check, or you're going to end up on your ass. It's not going to do any damage or anything, but it's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, I succeeded.
Okay. So you stumble backwards, and one of the stable boys is like, "Have you ever cinched up a horse before?"
I just give him a look.
I'm just asking. Okay. You keep quick. tighten it up as fast as you can, mount up, and head out. They're going to have a little bit more of a lead, but you can still see them. Once you get down
That's
to
fine.
the end of Main Street, you'll see them just past the bridge.
That's fine.
And you knew which way they were
All I
going.
really want to do is just stay within eye shot. I don't care whether they see me or not
Oh,
at
okay.
this point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you can easily stay within eye shot. You can follow them all the way to La Push. It's a small town, um, and it's entirely Indians.
okay.
And they go up to a large building, and then they go in. You can make a spot hidden there, James. See if you notice Fernando behind you. What's based on that? 25.
Yeah, something around there. I got a 52 out of 74.
Oh yeah, you definitely notice
Okay.
Fernando's following you at a
I didn't
distance
know my
that
spot
goes
was that high.
between a quarter of a mile and half a mile usually.
He's wearing his red outfit today. He sticks out like a sword.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah. Did you bring your guitar,
Exactly.
Fernando?
Fernando's going, what is he doing, too?
Did you bring?
I love it. I love it.
Did you bring your guitar, Fernando?
No, that's left at the...
Okay. Are you
At the
armed, Fernando?
Yes.
Is Hazard armed?
I want to say I just have the signal pistol, just because I like it.
God damn.
Like, just
That
in
almost
case I
got
get
you
lost in the
killed
woods.
before.
You never got your gun back from whatever dude?
Yeah, he's got guns.
I have a gun. I don't have my gun.
Okay.
Oh, that'll probably get handed back to you. Oh yeah, the marshal still
Oh.
has it, doesn't he?
No.
Oh.
Remember, the Confederates ran off with it.
Oh, that's right.
Also, I did
you
want to
gave him a
mention that
gun.
my personal guns they're blinged out
Yeah,
more.
yeah, I figured.
They definitely
Okay.
have gold inlay and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so Hazard. So what do you want to do, Fernando, when you see them go into this building?
Oh, I'll just stay at the edge of the village.
Okay,
He's
okay.
not going in.
Okay.
Like,
Some of the Indians
he
have
doesn't
noticed
wanna-
you and kind of
Yeah.
look at you, but they're not. They don't come over and talk to you or anything like that. Hazard, you're taken back to the behind the building again to that sweat lodge. No,
It's so sweaty though.
the dead bodies and stuff that were in there are gone, but there are some other. There's other things hanging up. A lot of like feathers, beads. A lot of stuff is hanging up in here, and you're guessing. It's if you have a cult, you can make an occult check.
Ooh. I definitely appreciate the nouveau decor.
Oh, you were.
Oh, 91.
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
That's a big old
So you're not
no.
sure what it means. Oh, and before you went in here, they took you into that room, and you were given a towel, and you were told to, you can strip. You're going to the sweat lodge. You don't want to wear your freaking silk clothing or whatever in
Hell
there.
no.
So, yeah, you go in, and the elders there, and one of them just gestures towards like one of the places on the bench, and then the one that speaks English says, "What did you find? Did you find them?" And the others look around nervously even when he just says them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, in case you forgot, James, the Quinoat,
I did.
they can, if you say their name, they know it. Then they can know what you plan. They can read your mind. There's all these things that if you even just say their name, supposedly they learn everything that they can about you at that moment. They know you're talking about them. They know where you are. Everything is what you were told.
Do you mind refreshing me on what we were saying last time in the tent?
Last time, they wanted to know where those guys came from. You brought up you were going down to Dunwater, but you didn't say you thought there were Quinoat there. You thought there were Confederates there, or something to that. You were real evasive, but you're bad at lying. So they might have kind of figured out there might be Quinoat there. So they want to know, obviously, if you found Quinoat down there. You can push fast talk. Don't forget that.
That's true. I can push it.
You can push it.
What the hell would the bad portion be, though?
Okay, well, go on your merry way. And they don't believe a word you say. Could be the bad portion, You succeeded, so they don't just kill you for lying to them, or they don't confront you. But
Yeah.
they pretend They believe you, and then there's the bad part. You think you got one over on them. They didn't know what I was saying. Yeah, I was so smooth. You know what I mean? So you fool yourself into
Possibly.
believing. That's a possible, depending on what the lie is.
That's bad too.
I don't. Well, let me look up fast talk and see what some of these. Get some ideas from that.
Because
I
that's
do
not the highest
love.
percentage.
I love the pushing. I love the pushing.
I'm gonna have to if I do that.
Yeah. And remember,
'cause
even being
literally-
evasive can be considered lying, unless you do
Exactly.
it really well role playing, James. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not real good at being evasive. You need to work on that.
No, not
Sample
with his line of thinking.
God.
I can't do it.
cause
too
great
well.
offense leading to violence, outrage, or criminal proceedings.
Jesus.
If an insane investigator fails a push roll, he or she begins hurling random abusive phrases at people. I really
Hell
want one of
yeah.
you guys to be temporarily insane when you start trying to push these rolls, because we're going to have some fun. And you know what they mean when they say them.
Exactly. I can't just go like, oh no, there was none there.
I don't know who you're
Talking
talking
about the Confederates.
No, you can't say there was. Yeah, you know what he's talking about. So, but they seem very intent on you. They're staring at you. You're sweating. It's a dry heat.
I had
in the
to
sweat
crank
lodge.
the AC because I'm almost feeling like Hazard right now.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot up here too. It's like 72.
It's not a dry heat though.
Oh, that's right.
It's a sauna.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
Thankfully, it's a wet heat in
Sweat
there.
lodges are a little different from saunas. Saunas are dry heat, aren't they?
Well, yeah, saunas are dry heat, but then there's spa. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, spa. What is a
But
spa? I'm gonna
that's
look
the
up
one.
sweat lodge.
I thought they
Yeah,
like
'cause-
put
Oh,
water
Lord.
over like hot stones to make it like hot, steamy in there.
It is hot. Hold on, let's see. It's a dome. Blah 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 blah. Traditionally, it's a simple. Blah blah blah. Good lord, there's a lot here.
So I don't repeat questions, Andy. I asked them before why they hated them. What was their answer?
That they were evil. They were
Just
sorcerers.
blanket.
They practiced terrible things. They took slaves from when they weren't supposed to. They sacrificed people. They're just terrible, terrible things. They bred with things out of the sea, something like that. You didn't get a lot of details on that. It didn't sound
that
good.
sounded weird to me. It would explain the fish smell.
Physical problems, underlying health issues, deaths from sweat lodges. It doesn't say here if it's a dry heat or a wet heat for a sweat lodge.
How
God,
do
that
they?
sounds so lame.
How do they get it so hot?
Um,
It's hot coals, I want to say.
Right, but I thought it was like hot coals or stones, but I really thought like they had like a bucket of water, and every now and again they just throw a ladle.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
water
yeah.
over the
Well, that's
hot
a
coals to
sauna.
make it-
They do that in a
think
sauna,
that- I think that's
Okay.
more Japanese.
but I
Okay, maybe that is what I'm getting it from. Okay,
maybe I sweat bath ceremony. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just super hot.
Yeah,
It's
that's
hot in
fine.
here. You're sweating.
Well, no, and that helped me think about stuff. Now, just to readdress the Dagon thing
hmm
of I'm trying to not bring harm to them is basically the gist of that one, correct?
Yeah, you can't tell anybody anything about them, or you'll be punished
Except-
for it.
Yeah, I would assume no one that's not going to help us, basically.
Well, yeah, you talking to the council, all that stuff's fine.
Yeah.
But not any. Yeah. Can't tell their secrets.
My options are so limited.
Gotta go.
I'm just gonna go with a lie then, I guess.
Uh oh, here we go. Kill him.
Kill him now! No.
You don't have your flare pistol.
Oh God, no! Yeah,
All
I
he
got
has is a
nothing.
towel.
This,
Yeah.
this place is too hot.
Oh.
But I know these are Indians. They have shamans or something. For all I know, they can see through lies. But that's literally my only option. Is what I feel like with that thing. Like, I'm justifying it to my character. My character's justifying it to himself. That's
What
my
are you
only
saying?
course.
Poor James. His character always gets in these situations.
I do. I always get in these situations.
Poor Hutton. Comes clean with everything. Makes a best friend.
Yeah, no. And then
Hazard. Everybody hates him.
so rough. I do it to myself, but
Yeah. You might shouldn't have come here. But yeah, that's okay.
I was trying not to, but then I was just like, I'm just.
Ed, what's that?
Fuck. Yeah.
All right, what are you going to tell them? Did you find them? No. Gotta go.
Nope, but man, this is making me need to use the restroom. So
In real life?
no. I'm gonna go with a lie that it was a Confederate staging ground.
Okay. That's what you told them before you were looking for. You thought they were Confederate stuff.
Yeah. We found some supplies.
That's true.
Sorry to leave the roleplay portion. Well, let me just get it through my head, and then we can try to roleplay it. And then
That's okay. Either
sorry.
way, man. It's fine.
It's just like this one's real stressful.
Peer pressure. Will they kill me? Do they have knives? I don't see any. Where do they?
They don't need knives. There's more of them.
Wait,
But,
that one had a club. Oh, wait, no, that's not a club.
One of them's got to be a sorcerer. No.
Now you're glad Fernando's there. You just run.
Well, yeah, and that's partially.
He starts shooting Indians. Holy shit! What is happening?
But yes, it seems to have been a staging ground for the Confederates. We found supplies. There were evidence of people being there, but
You found your guns too. Don't forget.
yeah,
That's
I
the
was
truth.
able to find the arms I've been looking for.
And these hazard arms, they're great. Blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
go on a tangent talking about my stuff.
All right, give me that
Speaking
fast
of,
talk.
Do y'all want more guns? Blah blah blah.
Y'all-
Please.
Y'all want more guns?
Holy shit! 13.
13. That's good. Is that enough?
Holy balls! Yes, it's 15.
Check it
Oh
off.
my god!
All right.
Still,
you
I'm
lied.
still stressing because I don't think I'm out of the woods yet.
Okay. You start trying to sell them some guns.
Yeah, no, that's what I do. Though I'm like,
They're looking at you very
but speaking
carefully.
of,
Yeah.
once we finish wrapping up everything and the marshal gives me all of my product back, I will have ample resources here if y'all are interested.
Perhaps. That is all for now.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I want.
Y'all are straight to business. Well, if you need anything further, you know where to find me.
Yes, we do. And then to
Kinds of
leave.
psychology on him.
Yeah, sure. Make a psychology. I'll give you
Now
bonus
that-
die.
that's-
I'll give you bonus die.
Ooh, bonus die.
Yeah.
Nice. So 69, that's a regular success.
Okay.
But 19 is a hard.
That felt like a threat.
Extreme.
That totally felt like a threat to you. Whether or not they didn't believe you, but didn't want to kill a white man and cause a huge ruckus, or they
Plus, that would be
don't
killing
believe,
a rich white.
They don't believe any white men. Maybe white men have dicked the natives over constantly and without end, or whether they believe you but still don't trust that the Quinoat are not around. You're not sure. But it felt like kind of an implied threat. Like, if you are lying to us and we find out, we do know where you live and we will kill you. If you are aiding the Quinoat. If you are aiding the Quinoat. Are you going to keep talking, James?
Hell no.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
I'm leaving.
You leave.
But
okay,
no.
This is out of character.
But speaking of, I did want to mention about the letter that was to Jeffries.
Oh.
If William Hazard disappears anytime in the
That's what
near
I figured
future,
it was, yeah.
It's probably the Quaalude.
Up in the bush. Okay, yeah. Yep. So you go out again. They let you take like a bath, like a quick cold bath, get all the sweat off of you, dry off.
Feels refreshing and
Oh yeah,
wakes up.
feels great. It is May. It is starting to warm up. You get your clothes back on. You go back out to your horse, and you and Ed can head back to town. Actually, Ed's not coming with you back to town yet. For some reason, you don't know. You don't see Ed. Your horse is still tied up in front of that building though.
Yeah, just like the way it is.
You still got your flare gun.
I'll grab the horse that he let me borrow.
Well, yeah, the library. It's the library stable. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's theirs. One of the rentals, basically.
Gotcha.
You head back in. There's Fernando at the edge of the village, standing
Hi,
out like a
Fernando.
stagecoach, painted red.
So what brings you out here?
I could ask you the same thing. Did you enlist our help to watch our backs?
Are you guys riding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
As you're
yeah,
talking.
yeah,
Okay,
we're
yeah.
riding.
Keep going. Sorry.
No. I was brought to the Quaalude because I forgot I had mentioned I'd keep an eye out for those people that they hate. But since we did not find anyone over there, it should be fine. And I'm staring at you hard. Not squinting my eyes. I'm like normal conversation face, but I am staring at you.
You just got an intense look to you, is what you're saying.
Yes, an intense look that's not like angry, threatening, or even squinty.
Right.
It's just like I'm looking for recognition to what I just said.
Like, okay, and I'll wait till like we're further down the road, or even
Okay.
like by the edge of Saltmarsh or whatever.
It's about 2 miles from La Push to Saltmarsh.
Okay, so yeah, like we get a mile down the road, and it's
Okay.
like, so yeah, you didn't say anything to them about what we did find down there, right?
Why, there's no point in talking about what we didn't find. We found my guns. We found that it looked like a staging ground for the Confederates. Everything that was pertinent.
Okay.
I'm checking my outfit for feathers.
You don't find any. You can make an intelligence check there, Hazard.
09.
You haven't told Fernando any of the shit that you've been doing in the last 2 days. Or since yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff with Jeffrey, talking about getting Cunningham on board.
Yes.
You haven't talked about any Hutton screaming you awake last night.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting news. So you haven't told Fernando
also,
anything.
Important things to talk about. You haven't talked to anyone, right?
No. A Mr. Cunningham tried to talk to me a little bit when we got back.
Oh, yeah.
When I was at the saloon, but I just shut up. I started to say something that I was doing something with you, and then that's all I said. I stopped the conversation after that.
Oh,
Excellent job, Fernando.
James, you don't know that Cunningham's on board yet. You just know Jeffrey was talking about bringing him on board.
Yes.
So sorry about that. Keep going.
So I have told Jeffrey about our needs, and from the sound of things, we will be able to borrow the boat. He said he would talk to Cunningham to have Cunningham try to keep it to himself. And what else? I have sent to get men from Seattle and Burrow. So all we have to do is try to finish ironing out everything here.
Ah.
I have our friends are currently stashed away, so we do not have to worry about them. And basically, I just have to keep calm until we can get this finished.
Ah, yes. Speaking of keeping calm, uh, Pete talked to me about how much you should pay us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This is awesome.
Where is Pete? I may have forgotten about him.
I
Yeah.
imagine he is in the saloon.
I feel we should head there post haste. I'm not making it gallop. We're still going at a nice speed.
Yeah, you guys are still
That's
heading
fine.
for Saltmarsh till you're done with the conversation. Go
Oh,
ahead,
I
Aaron.
got you.
He's still talking, I think.
Who
Pete,
else?
Pete
Sorry?
expects no less than 200. He thinks that is a fair price.
Did we not talk to him beforehand about pricing?
I don't recall any price being called.
Did I
any of
not
this
promise you an amount?
I do. Let's see. Looking over my notes here real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Andy, did I not talk price to Pete either?
I think you did, but it wasn't $200.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was 200.
Of course, that was before you guys are going to war. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Pete does think with everything that's going on with this war between these two, 200 is a fair price.
I understand your feelings on the matter. Well, Fernando,
But I also thought you should be made aware of this now.
thank you for letting me know ahead of time. I will have to talk to Pete because it's not quite the price we talked about when he initially joined, but if he is adding the risk for the next step, that's closer to the approximated value.
Okay.
But yes, Fernando, I apologize for not giving you a price beforehand. With us going into that town thinking we were going to get in a fight.
Mhm.
How much were they paying us? I forget.
Oh yeah,
To
the town
check
was
that
paying
out?
you to bring information, and you brought it back. You didn't talk to Jeffrey about money yet. Hold on, and he has not paid you for this yet.
I have something about a
Forgot how
$250 deposit on something.
God, I don't remember, dude. Um,
Or that might have just been a note to myself that I was putting it aside.
oh
for
yeah,
something.
that's right. You had to put a $250 deposit down on the boat, the dispatch. You'll be
Got
getting
you.
that money
Okay.
back because it came back without a
So-
scratch. So
okay.
yeah. You were charged $40
Thank
for
you.
the use of that boat. All right, $500 was what was offered as inducement for the group to go down and just scout out everything. You got talking to Jeffrey. You showed him crazy freak people. It's obviously not in his head at this moment to pay you. You can probably assume that it will get paid, but a lot of
So,
stuff happened yesterday.
It was Pete, myself, Graves, Fernando, Hutton,
Bat.
Okay. Bat gets a retainer.
How much did you give Bat? You gave Bat quite a bit of cash, like 1,000, to go to Burl with. Right?
Oh yes.
Write that down too.
Yes,
Keep
I
that
gave
in
him
mind.
1,000 from the bank. Thank you.
1,000 went to
I just got to
Burl.
delete the one.
Yeah, 1,000 went to Burl. You're going to get that 250 back when you go to the assayer's office, and they're going to return your deposit. But the 1,000 was as an incentive for these men. It's going to be dangerous, but you get to kill a lot of stuff. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You got to keep what you kill. Blah blah blah.
Who would want to?
Yeah, no, I know.
So,
But, like, if there's
so you're figuring out this was $500 was the reward from Jeffrey. That was only a few days ago. It's been a couple weeks for us. So
And I
think
did
there
talk
was
to everybody
8
that I
of
wanted.
You, Hutton, Fernando, Bat, and Graves. Pete.
Yep. And our 2 boat boys.
Well, Steloid already left. When you guys got back, Steloid just walked away. So,
okay.
And the 2 boat boys don't get paid. All they were was
Yes,
transfer.
yeah.
So I guess it
wasn't
was
gonna pay them.
$500 for 6 of you. Does that sound right?
Okay.
Bat, Graves were the 2 NPCs, and Pete, and the 3 of you. Yeah.
Sounds pretty close.
So I don't know what you want to tell Fernando about the initial payment.
Because I do plan on giving every participant an extra $100. But I believe your payment. Just
500 divided by 6.
Yeah. I'm just doing it the easy way.
With a calculator.
Yeah, I was right.
What?
And for the initial reconnaissance, your share is $83.
83. Remember, you don't have that
Okay.
money yet. So, I mean, you have the money, but you haven't been paid the money yet.
I have that actually in my pocket if you'd like it now, or we could wait and settle it later.
We can settle it later. I just
All right.
I
Lunch
wanted to
is
give you
on
a heads
me.
up about Pete. Pete does not seem to be, how you say, stable. I don't know if that's a word you'd use or not, but
For Pete,
Yeah.
from what I've seen,
Well,
stable would be abnormal for him.
quick to anger, maybe. Quick to anger.
Half of the stories I've heard of him are true, though. He is a remarkable man. But I'll have a talk with him once we get to the saloon.
Okay.
And you ride back. Is that it? Is that the end of the
Yeah, that's
conversation?
pretty much it.
You head back for Saltmarsh. I like that, Aaron. I like your distrust of what Hazard was up to. I also like the idea of
Oh.
having the Quinoat in your back pocket just in case things go wrong with the Quinoat. So,
That's the thought I had, but he knows of them only from the Quinoat. He's never really known the Quaalude yet.
Right.
So this was his first meeting the Quinoat in a way.
The
But he
Quaalude?
let them have their conversation. So
yeah. Is Dempsey up to anything, Sean? You're muted. That's okay.
No, he's probably just at the shop,
Mhm.
Getting settled in since it was just, yesterday that he
Right.
joined.
That is fine. So you do find Pete. The other 2 of you do find Pete at the saloon. He is drinking, and he goes, "Well, there you are, Hazard. Where's my money?" That's the first thing he says out of his mouth.
Well, Pete, if you would like to accompany me to the side room, they do have like a little privacy room.
There's a couple parlors, yeah, that you can go into. If nobody's using them, nobody's using them this time.
And
It's late
join
morning.
me for a drink and a smoke, and we can hash out our details.
All right. Is Mexico coming? He looks towards Fernando.
I'll
Oh,
just shrug, like,
Fernando.
if you guys want me to.
Just shrugged. He just shrugged.
Fernando, here's $1 if you want to grab yourself some lunch. That's enough for lunch, right?
Yeah, that's way more than he needs.
Well, yeah, my guy just thinks that
It's
sounds
like
right.
a dime. He could get a big meal. And it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know.
Oh,
That's fine. You still do it. Pete will go with you to the parlor.
sorry if it seems my guy is being sketchy, because he kind of is.
Yeah, he's very
But,
sketchy. That's okay. I like it.
As a player, like, I'm not trying to be obnoxious. I'm sorry if that sounds like this.
You're just playing your character. Right?
Yeah, no. Just tell me if it becomes a problem.
No, you're
Please.
fine.
Um,
Yeah, Pete'll sit down with you with a bottle and cigarettes or cigars or whatever you give him. He'll smoke them.
or cigar, Pete?
Don't
Like it's
mind
this
if I
nice little
do.
box.
Just bites off the end, spits it on the floor. You got matches or
Properly.
something. Yeah, you've got a cigar cutter and all that
Okay,
stuff.
good,
I'm
good.
certain those exist. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
certain
it's a
something that
simple
would exist.
contraption.
It might not look like a little guillotine.
The
It might
finger
be something
guillotine,
different, but I don't know exactly. But I'm sure they have a way to cut off the ends of cigars.
Yeah.
That seems like a design that hasn't changed much, though. You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea. It might just be a little pair of
What?
scissors. I don't know.
That's
Knife.
true. It could be.
Peach just bit it off and spit it out.
Gross.
Yeah,
But no.
sticks it in, wipes off some of the debris and sticks it in there. And
I light
lights
a
it with
match.
Yeah, he'll light it up.
Room.
Hope you're not just trying to butter me up. And then
I know,
he
Pete.
puts a cigar in his mouth and he pats his piece very meaningfully.
Don't you worry.
He pours
You're
you
the
both a
only
drink.
one in here with a gun, with a firearm. So, I'm assuming you were talking about your payment in advance for the upcoming excitement we
Yeah.
are looking for.
Fernando and I are on the same page. And that page is $200. We're going up against a bunch more of these freaks and these crazy weirdness. Then you're gonna have to up the pay this time.
Okay.
Not 100 like last time.
So you're wanting 100 for the other one, and then 200 for this.
That's correct.
Do you
I will take
know
my
anything
payment
about?
for the 200 after the job is done. I could
Sure,
feel like
sure.
I could
And
trust
here's
you.
your 100 that we discussed beforehand.
Thank you. He counts it very carefully. And he puts it in his pocket because I'm sure you got like a bunch of different bills. It's not just $100.
Yeah.
Yeah. He counts it, and he folds it up and he sticks it in an inside pocket. He kind of like,
And
and then he
Pete,
drinks.
you don't strike me as a man with loose lips, but
That's
I
because
just
I'm
wanted
not.
to say it. Say it all the same, if you don't mind keeping everything we saw and what we're going to do. If we can keep that close to the chest,
Who the
we
hell
don't
would
want
believe me?
to.
Would you believe some crazy man come up to you and start talking about men with muzzles on their faces and hooves and women who are snakes and some crazy bug-eyed engines? No?
True. But that last one could trigger some people. So
Who? He pulls his gun out.
there's a lot of them, and they're good
That's
people.
okay. I don't mind.
I enjoy your enthusiasm, Pete.
There it is. Point him out.
But I'd like them to be fine. If you don't mind leaving them alone, for now at least.
He holsters. Who are these people?
So the ones we're helping
The
are
freaks.
Yes,
The bug-eyed
they are
freaks.
sworn enemies of we'll call them the normal ones.
The normal engines? Is there such a thing?
Well, at least proportional.
Remember, Pete's a huge racist, so. That's fine. So we don't tell nobody about these bug-eyed boys.
Yeah.
And then, till we leave.
Till we leave. Now,
All right.
once I pay you and you leave town, I'd still like you to keep it to yourself. But if you can't, I'll understand.
I can keep it to myself. I've done plenty of
'Cause if you
jobs
can-
nobody knows about.
Good.
Like this one job.
Like what?
There was that one job that I didn't tell anyone about.
Yeah, nobody
We went
knows.
no.
They still don't know that money's missing. That whole
But,
bank's empty.
If we can
Fine.
reach that agreement, 200 is a perfectly fine price.
And for Fernando, you got to give him 200 too.
I'll give him 200 as well.
Alrighty.
And you
Anybody
can
else? I
ask
don't
him,
care
too. I'll
what you
pay
pay.
y'all at the same time.
I don't care what you pay anybody else, but the two of
Oh,
us.
yes, Pete. Speaking of not caring what everybody else gets paid,
Mhm.
everybody else is only getting 100.
Well, I don't care, and I won't say nothing.
Yes. Yep. So, we'll just keep
For
our
another
payments
100.
to ourselves as well.
Nah,
What?
Pete's getting paid $200 for a week's worth. That's not bad. So, Sean said for another 100. I won't tell him. And Sean went for another 100.
I was somewhat expecting it.
Hutton too.
But
No, wait, no, Hutton wasn't in on that. So Pete
And he
doesn't
doesn't
like
like
Hutton.
Hutton anyway.
Hutton
He
makes
doesn't
him,
like
Yeah,
it.
I was
Hutton
about to
freaks
say,
him
what?
out because he keeps stammering.
Hutton
It's driving
studies around.
Pete.
No, yeah, he
Purpose
thinks he
to
thinks
piss him
Hutton's
off.
faking it.
He
I
thinks Hutton
forgot he thought he was doing it on
does it
purpose.
on purpose just to piss him off. So he does not care for Hutton,
Good.
which is fine. I mean, Hutton probably can't stand him either. So yeah, okay, yeah. Pete's on board. If you're gonna pay him, you paid him the 100. If you're gonna pay him an additional $200 for this job, he'll work for you. You guessed that if it takes like a month before it comes down, he might want more. But it shouldn't take that long. And Pete has plenty of money right now to drink and gamble and maybe get some hookers and enjoy himself. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Pete's pretty much bought. Pete's on board unless he feels like he can somehow get more money from you by shooting in the back of the head or something. Yeah. So Fernando's
That is
still
a quick way to get less money.
well, it depends. So, but yeah. So Fernando's still out in the bar. You can have lunch with him. While the two of you are eating, the stagecoach arrives. It is laden. I mean, like there are some giant boxes on this stagecoach.
Good.
Yeah. You also see there's a little man.
Actually,
Go ahead.
is there an armed escort?
No.
Okay.
No, no. It's there's just the driver and the
Incognito.
the gunner essentially. Yeah, and these are just big boxes. They might have a bill of lading, but you don't see any like writing on the boxes at all. So, and they're through the window. The two of you can see them unloading these boxes with the help of some of the people from the general store, including oh shit, who owns the general store? No. Fred Jeffcott is out there. He's an older man. I think I've thrown his picture, and he's got a beard. They're also bringing in the mail. There was.
Are they setting them like on the porch of the saloon?
No, they're taking them into the general store. You know that they're.
Okay.
Have you been in the general store yet? Has Fernando been in the general store?
You know, yeah. I think he did because I bought some rain gear.
Yep, there's a mailroom in there. You know about.
Okay.
And they're probably
and
taking
he
it.
mailed a letter.
Yeah.
He mailed a letter
To his sister or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a mailroom in there. Fernando probably has a mailbox. Everybody in town gets a mailbox. Doesn't cost anything. If it looks like you're staying for a while. Actually, you probably don't know about that yet. You probably didn't inquire about letters. But you know there's a mailroom, a good-sized mailroom with mailboxes. With little, those little boxes with a little combination thing on them and a piece of glass in the front. They're taking these. They're being pretty careful carrying these large crates in, and it appears that they've got some other kind of bag that they're bringing in as well. The guy with the coach gun, it's not called that yet. It's called a messenger gun. The guy with the messenger gun is keeping it. He's keeping it. He's got it all the time. He doesn't actually put it down like. Hazard, you would notice this because you've watched him unload before.
Yeah, he typically puts down the gun and helps.
He helps, but he is just walking around with that gun. And this little fella gets off. Oh, he looks like this. I got a picture.
I'm rubbing my hands together, thinking it's gonna be my stuff finally.
There's the only person that gets off the stage. He keeps looking at the mailbag. He's looking at the boxes. You spot Enos Baldry comes out of the general store and greets this person who has arrived. Dirty little man, maybe like 5'2", Doesn't have any luggage at all,
Good.
apparently, because
Oh,
you don't see him take any luggage down and give it to him. And they have a conversation in the street. Um,
I definitely want to try to overhear that,
it's in
if
the street,
possible.
and you're
Right?
inside the. You're gonna have to go out in the street if you want to
Oh,
overhear it.
oh, yeah. No, I'm heading outside because I wanna watch the stagecoach, see if it's any of my stuff.
Okay, yeah, yeah. You've walked out. Fernando, you going with him?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Oh, my
Uh,
packages. Hopefully they arrived.
I'll need listen checks if you want to overhear this conversation between Enos Baldry and this person.
Oh, I just put him.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of tips now. 17.
17,
No,
nice.
nope, I can't hear him.
Okay. Um,
40. Close.
yeah, that's a hard success. Yeah. Enos does not seem pleased to see this person, and the person is like, "Oh, you knew I was coming. You knew I was coming. I'm coming. I'm here to help. I'm here. I should have robbed this stagecoach. That would have been great. Look at all the stuff. I could have gotten everything." And Enos is just like, "Come on, let's go, Ernest." And he's like, "No, no, we could still take it. We could take it all. We just shoot up this whole town." And Enos is like, "Just come on, Ernest. Just come on. You don't even have a gun." And Ernest goes, "Don't I? Woo, I'm wily. I'm wily." So that's the gist of the conversation as the crates are being taken inside, and the messenger gun wielding guard is keeping a very sharp eye on whoever Ernest is.
Wait, there's someone worse than Pete in this
Oh
game?
my god, the Baldries are all worse than Pete. The
I was
Baldries
about
are
to say,
terrible people. Pete's just kind of racist and a
Pete's,
jerk. The Baldries are like would kill you as soon as look at you. Pete at least has to
yeah,
think he can make a profit,
yeah.
and Pete's mostly talk.
Mostly.
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 Yeah. Okay. So, um, yeah, everything's taken into the into the general store, obviously to the mail room where it's going to be a real tight fit. And Jeff Kotz actually spots you, Hazard. He goes, "Mr. Hazard, Mr. Hazard, several crates arrived for you and a bag." And
Excellent, excellent. Thank
he takes you into the general store. The the stagecoach guard follows you in to the store with his gun, like ready to go.
you.
Um,
Yeah.
um, so Jeff Kotz talks to you. He says, "You got several crates here, Mr. Hazard. I'll need you to sign for him." And so he has this. He has
All right,
it's like a
let's
thing.
look
He
inside.
hands you off a bill of lading, which is in a sealed envelope that you can open up, and in lieu of like actually opening all the crates. And yes, this is your. What did you
Stuff.
order? What did you tell? What did you tell him to bring?
So the reason I was wondering why it wasn't armed is there was 6,000 in cash.
Right, that's in the bag.
Oh God.
Yes, it's like it's in the
Uh,
mail bag basically. And
there's
that
a lot of guns that
that
are in nice packages or
that
packaging.
the carriage gun guy is the one who's carrying that $6,000.
Yeah.
And it did not leave his side apparently, and he's glad to get rid of it. He seems very
Yeah, he's like,
very
please.
glad to be done with this. How many guns did you bring? Did
Man,
you order?
sweating bullets.
Yeah, how many guns? What kind of? I know you.
So we have a 12 gauge, a 10 gauge, an elephant gun.
One of each, right?
Yeah, one of each.
The Big Willie.
We've got
Big Willie.
Yes,
Wasn't that what?
the improperly named Big Willie.
Yeah.
The Big Willie.
Uh,
The Big Willie's there too, and 1,000
Yes,
rounds, I believe.
Perfect. And and just my 45 Hazard 77, which was the Winchester version of that,
Right.
or the Hazard version of the
The
Winchester.
Hazard repeater is what I think.
Yes,
we
the
call it,
Hazard
was what I
repeater.
named it, because it's a boom, boom. So that's what that's. Yeah. So all those guns are there. Everything's there. The money's there. Yeah. Everything has finally come.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful.
You're
I'm
probably
in a
gonna have
great
to hire some
mood.
people to move some of this stuff.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Uh,
Marshal Dodge shows up too. The carriage guard talks to him for a moment, and then he looks at you, and Marshal Dodd walks over to you, and he goes, "Mr. Hazard, Uh, as as all of the men who were being tried for the weaponry that was found on board the Sea Ghost are gone, we've made a record of all of the evidence on that ship. So if you wish, and he looks over these giant crates, and he notes the bill of lading in your hand. He says, if you wish, we can return your weaponry that was found that was to be used as evidence against them.
Excellent. Thank you, Marshal.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll need a place to put it. So there's no rush. He says to you, you look like you're fairly busy.
Yeah, so some unpacking to do.
Obviously.
But that is great news. And I will have that moved out of your way post-haste.
So what you got? What you got in there? That's that little dirty fella who came on the stagecoach.
So he came into the general store?
Yes, he's like at your elbow. He's like, them some big boxes there, fella. What you got in them? Is anything good?
Why, yes it is.
What is it?
It's guns.
Oh,
Top of the line.
Oh, I like guns. Can I have one? Why don't you give me a gun?
I could sell you some. I just got a large amount of product back to me.
Sell you? Sell me? You don't sell friends things, you give them.
I do not know your name, good sir.
I'm Ernest C. Trout. I'm a cousin of the Baldry boys.
The Baldrys.
I'm here to make up for those two boys that got killed. So I could use a gun.
Do your cousins not have any for you?
Oh, they got some, but you say yours are nice. I like nice guns. We'll be best friends. Just give me a gun. A nice one. What's in that box? What's in that box over there?
Oh,
what's in that box?
These are my personal ones. Now, my other ones that are also very nice, I am getting back from the marshal. You just saw him leave? Did he leave? Or is he
Yeah. He gave you that information. He turned and walked away just as this little weirdo started talking to you.
But yes, Ernest it was, right?
That ain't got just one gun in it. It's a big-ass crate. Okay, so so this thing is broken down.
It's
a wagon that has been broken down into pieces with wheels in one box, the big willy, the actual machinery and hardware in another, and then other pieces to finish making up the wagon. You're going to have to put the wagon together because it rides on a wagon so it can be easily transported. So these boxes are really big. And then you've got the smaller box that has the personal weapons that you brought. That's all in one box, packed. Probably with the hay or something is in there. And then there's probably bullets that are packed separately in that same box. So he's pointing at these big-ass boxes that are the size of a bookcase. You know,
they're clearly,
they're obviously not just individual guns.
Oh, that's my favorite toy, but...
What is it? I like toys. We could play together.
Well, Ernest, if you want to be best friends with me...
What's your name?
Well, William Hazard.
Oh.
Hazard on.
I call you Billy. Can't call you Billy.
Billy
Hazard.
Rather you not.
Well, come on, Billy.
Mr.
Just give me a toy.
Has that ring to it.
Just give me a toy, Billy. Come on. We're best friends now. We know each other's names have been formally introduced like all them ladies like.
Well, Ernest, my friends, they either call me William or Mr. Hazard.
But now you got a best friend. And he calls you Billy. Come on.
Did you want a gun, Billy?
I'm not Billy, you're Billy. Mr.
Ernest.
Billy, have you been drinking? Because if you have, I'd like some.
Tell you what, Ernest. Here's $1. Go get yourself a whole bottle. Go get yourself a drink.
Yeah, probably a drink. A bottle might cost more than that. You gonna bring me a gun then, Billy? You gonna bring me a gun?
If you stop calling me Billy, I might bring you a gun in the saloon later today.
He points to the big, gigantic box again. That gun? That's the kind of gun I like. Because I'm small, but I'm wiry. and a bite. Where's Fernando during all this, by the way? Did you walk in after Hazard, Fernando?
I mean, I don't know.
You went out to the street with him, right?
Right.
And I got caught
Did you
up
follow
with
in when all these people started walking into the to the saloon to the general store? Or if not, where did you go? What did you do?
They called Hazard over, so I would just stay on the porch.
Okay.
I'd just stay on the porch of the saloon watching, having a cigarette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
But again, Ernest, yes. So go to the saloon.
All right.
I'll get your gun.
Good one.
If
Give me a
I
good
never
one.
heard the word Billy come out of your mouth again.
What about Bill?
No.
All right, Willie. I'll see you there.
No why.
He starts to he turns and he walks away. What did you say?
There's no
There's
why.
no why. Okay. You see him. Do you watch him go, or do you go back to business?
I stick my head out while he's leaving to see if Fernando's out there still.
Yeah, Fernando's out there smoking a cigarette. You got a gun on your belt, right, Fernando?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting some looks from people in town.
Oh. No.
Oh,
well,
did you
I guess we just came back.
No.
So
Hazard went away with Pete for a while. You could have gone back to your room if you wanted to deposit it and go have some lunch.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Okay. So you're not. People are smiling. Some people are smiling at you. Some of the women that you offended the day before asking about Miss Trudy's house look at you and they're just like, oh. You know, or they look at their friend and oh, that's the man, you know, that kind of thing.
That's true.
So exotic.
Well, no, there's other ladies who are like, oh, you know, and there's men. People are pretty friendly in this town.
I see what you're saying.
So yeah, he's out there. You see Fernando's outside. You peek outside Hazard. You also see Enos like, God damn it, Ernest, where did you go? Ernest says, I made $1 from that Mr. Hazard fella. He's giving me a gun. He's my best friend. I'm never going to leave his side. And Enos is like, oh my God. Come on, we have to get out. We got to talk to Daddy. He's like, all right. Let's go. Well, he looks around, he sees you, Hazard, sticking your head out.
Come here.
He says, I'll see you later, Will. And then
that works.
And then he walks away. Hey, he obviously listened. I hear he's got a big willy. Obadiah. Uncle Obadiah. He said. I'm sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
I'll head over to the general store after Hazard calls me over.
He's got a bunch of big crates. The first thing that pops in your mind is he's going to make me carry these.
He was going to offer a hand eventually.
Okay.
Well, Fernando, as you can see, I have much too much, and
the boys can help you, Mr. Hazard. That's Mr. Jeff Kotz. Boys can help you.
Oh,
he points to a couple scrawny little, like 16-year-olds that work there, and they're like looking at the crates, and they look at Mr. Hazard, and they look at the crates. So.
Don't worry, boys. I tip well.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah,
do they still look wary?
They still look worried. Yes.
If you need a hand, that is the wrong accent.
Welcome to the club, Aaron.
I know.
I lose mine mid-sentence.
Yes, if you need a hand, I can help you out.
Thank you, Fernando.
Okay, so where do you want to put him?
Fernando's below average size, but he's pretty buff.
He's solid.
So.
Okay.
I'm tipping the boys something, but I'm going to give you a 5 later.
Hazard cracks my shit up. He's so funny. I'm doing you a big favor for helping me out. Giving you a couple pennies from my fortune, basically.
Hey, $5 is a lot of money.
No, it is a lot of money, but it's just funny.
It's funny because it's not to my guy.
No.
But,
okay, so,
So this box here is going to my quarters over in the dorms.
Boarding house.
The boarding house.
Yeah, the boarding house run by
Which box? Oh, that's just the box with the rifles, your individual rifles. Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be easy to fit in your room.
but the rest of these crates going out to the dock. So
You're gonna leave them on the dock?
well, no, I'm going to transport them to the boat here in a minute.
Well, you still need to kind of arrange
Okay,
use
so
of the
that's
ship
not...
and all that stuff. Yeah, there's still some stuff that has to be dealt with. You know that.
Got you.
You could rent some warehouse space in town. It'll probably take you about an hour to go around and ask people about it.
Because I was about to ask if this guy had room in the back for now.
You could ask that too if you'd rather. They'll keep these boxes here until you come and collect them. I mean, not like for a week, but like for a few hours or for a day or something like that. Jeff Kotzer probably would not mind if he knows you're gonna have to find some place to put them, and you can ask around and find a small warehouse that you could rent some space in. Basically, it's locked up. It's actually the same place where the marshal had been keeping some of the evidence. So people aren't just allowed to use a key and go in. You have to find the owner. They unlock it. They kind of keep an eye on you while you're moving stuff out. But yeah, you could find this. It's not going to cost anything. It's a lot or anything like that. You could put all of these in there. You're probably going to need a wagon. You end up having to get a small wagon or a cart to move the biggest ones because it's a little ways away. But yeah, so your crate with the guns that you ordered for you. What about the $6,000? Is that going in the bank?
Straight to the bank.
Okay, so that's going in the bank. You don't have a problem with that. They're glad to have that money. Make me a spot hidden. And Fernando can make a spot hidden as well. Ernest Trout peeking at you from behind a telephone pole.
Damn.
13.
Damn.
I got an extreme success.
Okay.
Nice.
What's a 13 out of? What is your spot hidden?
That's actually extreme for me as well, barely.
Okay. Okay, yeah, no, well, yeah. You both notice as you're passing by, one of the times when you pass by that morning, or that afternoon, the Gazette office, you can see Hutton in there talking with Cunningham. And with those successes, they appear to be drinking. You just notice this as you're passing by. You're carrying crates, or you're leading the cart, the mule that's pulling this cart that's taking you to the little warehouse where you're going to store all this stuff. So yeah, that's Wednesday. Was there anything else anybody wanted to do that day? I mean, you could still go talk to Jeffrey again and work on the council.
I'll go talk to Jeffrey's about when that meeting happening, so
yes,
I can try to time.
He's arranging all this stuff. Yeah, you're going to get use of the ship temporarily once you've got a crew. If you have any other people involved.
Can I go ahead and put some equipment on it?
Let's wait and do that all at once.
Okay.
Just in case.
What he says.
You need to have a crew so that any other gear that you put on can be guarded. And
gotcha, yeah.
Armaments are going to have to be brought up at once there's a crew and some men who know
what they're doing.
Yes, especially with the fucking cannons and stuff. Yeah. Where are we timed? 9:20. That's gotten most of my notes handled.
Nice.
Are you going to go make an offer to this Dempsey fellow? You made the offer to work shooting stuff, basically. But
when I see him at either dinner or breakfast, I'll probably get him in a parlor.
Oh yeah,
after
Dempsey's living where you live. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you guys can have a conversation if you want. Yeah. Hutton's there for dinner because it's part of the package. I'm assuming that Hutton wants to get the most for his buck.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you could take Dempsey to a parlor if you want to formalize.
Yeah.
Hiring
and Hutton. Sorry, John.
Yeah, that's fine. I hope Dempsey hates Hutton. That would be amazing. Little
This will be
sweaty man seems all upset. Woke him up in the middle of the night last night. What the hell?
great.
Because of a nightmare? What is wrong with this boy?
God, no.
Or maybe they'll be best friends and
I like how
lovers.
you say boy, but he's only a year younger than Dempsey.
Dempsey,
Yeah.
Dempsey.
Because when you're mad at people, you call him boy. Woke me up.
Unless you think they're actually a boy compared to you. Come on.
Dempsey's seen some shit. This Hutton fella. What has he seen? Dempsey has seen some shit, Sean. You know that.
He has.
Good. Dempsey Hutton. So, first off, Hutton, here's your part of the payment.
How much
Slide
are you paying
over
him?
a nice $83.
$3. That's going to put him to.
This was for the scouting expedition we just came back from.
Said $83. That's going to be. Go
Yeah,
on.
sorry for the weird number.
Okay, Pete 100.
Well, yeah, because we talked about that beforehand.
And Pete's a dick.
And I'm taking his portion of the money, quote unquote. So it only cost me around $20.
Yeah.
Where the hell did my money go? Oh, I scrolled down. Okay, fixed my money. And I was wondering if you were interested in the second half, where we return with our extra people to handle what needs to be handled.
I appreciate the offer, but I can't be around them. It was too much the first time.
Understandable. Well, you're welcome to stay in chat. We can help fill in Mr. Dempsey over here. Or you can enjoy the rest of your night because
I think I need to excuse myself and try to get as much sleep as I can.
And
All
Hutton
right.
leaves. Hutton seemed a little.
start streaming.
Hutton seemed a little inebriated at supper.
Yeah.
He still does, actually. Anyway, so yeah, now you're with Dempsey.
And Mr. Dempsey, as you can see, we do well-paying work. And again, this next one's $100. And we will be...
What do you tell Dempsey?
We will either be on a boat shooting, or we will be on the ground shooting. I'm not 100% on our locale, but I will know, and we'll have time to set up before we age. I don't want anyone going in unprepared for anything. Ooh, that's not a lie from what I'm actually talking about.
No, you're being just very, like,
And so
vague. You're being super
I
vague.
just listened to what I said, and I was like,
No,
that
you're
could
fine. You're being
possibly-
just super, super vague. I don't know if Dempsey's gonna... Go ahead,
And
Sean.
who will we be shooting?
It's more of a what, from what I'm hearing. But we're trying to reclaim some land, which was what I was told. And I'm trying to gather strong men that can help us take that property so that we can get paid.
And this land is for who?
Now that part's a little more of a you find out when we get there. But I'll assure you, they are civilized people. From my interactions with them. They understand the exchange of work for payment.
So So something that you do not know what it is
Ah,
has taken over land of a people you're not willing to talk about.
it is a little secretive, but I'll show you that payout is for just one hopefully just a day or two of fighting, and we go out clean and richer for
I've never fought from a boat.
it. It's a large boat, so it shouldn't rock too much.
You
Oh,
said
you might have seen it. You've been here for how long?
a day and a half.
Ah, if you haven't gotten to the water, you might not have seen it, but there's a old battleship out there. It is a battleship, right?
It is a.
Or
It's a steam schooner, is what it
eh,
is.
there's an old
Um,
steamship with guns, trying to hire some artillerists as well as sailors, so we'll be much more effective on the water. I myself actually do know how to use the cannons, but takes more than one to load those.
I will say you will notice that as you are talking with Dempsey, and it's clear he's pondering the idea, he reaches inside his jacket and pulls out a hooked claw and is kind of moving it in his hands.
it's
Good,
big.
good,
It's a real
good.
big one too,
Yeah.
isn't
Well,
it?
my, where'd you get that?
And let's just say that I have been to a location and seen some things.
Kind of things, if you don't mind me asking. Depending on, I might be able to fill you in better.
I think it would be better if this is kept to myself for now.
All
But
right.
besides that $100, which does sound nice, I would like a favor to be called in at a later date.
We could probably do that. What kind of favor are you thinking, though? Because this is on top of the 100.
It will be called in on a later date, if need be. Let's leave it at that.
Sure, but I can't agree to all favors. I do not like to. I like to stay above board as often as I can.
Oh, it'll be above board.
All right. Are you bringing something extra? If you don't mind me asking. Sorry. What are you going to be able to contribute to our expedition?
Like I said before, I did serve on the front line.
Short or long arms are your favorite?
I prefer my Winchester 73, but I am moderately skilled with my Colt Peacemaker.
Oh, excellent. So you have your own arms.
I have my own arms. I have my own horse,
Perfect.
if need be.
Excellent.
I also have one stick of dynamite from my previous travels.
Get that shit. You've been traveling with a stick of dynamite for the last year.
Is it a
Alright.
just in case scenario?
It was, let's just say it was a
Well, it's
Bit
in my
of left-
room right upstairs. Do you want to see
bit of
it?
leftovers from my previous engagements.
Hmm.
And
Well,
put
if
the
you come
claw back
equipped
in
like
this.
that, you might be being equipped for the right job. Well, yes, I look forward to working with you, Dempsey.
Mhm.
Would you like a cigar?
Oh God, does he smoke?
He doesn't have to smoke to still enjoy a good cigar, though.
That's
Keep
true.
that in
Yeah,
mind. I mean, it's not like you have one
yeah.
every
He
night,
doesn't
but
smoke cigarettes, but yeah,
I
probably
was
because
about to
he's a
say I don't
gam.
smoke
As
cigars, but
as a
I smoke.
gambler, he probably does from time to time have a cigar.
so you accept his cigar.
Yeah,
How do you cut off the tip?
he bites it.
It's a fairly common thing.
It's simple.
Somewhere in a trash can or something in this room. You don't just spit it on the floor, do you?
No.
Because you're in a parlor at your place of
Well,
residence.
he is a civilized man.
Oh. Okay, good. Anything else? Fernando.
Yep.
Playing that night at the saloon. You can't help but notice there's not a lot of people. It's a friggin' Wednesday night, but there's a few people there, and some of the
The
dance hall
stagecoach
girls.
was in. Come on, I figured people got paid. Oh, isn't that like welfare coming in? Oh no.
No. Um, you do notice four Qualoot, natives, come into the bar after dark and sit in the corner. They don't eat. They eat a little bit. They order a little bit of food, but they just seem to be looking around carefully. They don't do anything, but they seem to be watching people.
Okay.
And you do notice this as you're playing. They're wearing jeans, not like clothing you would imagine a native would wear, but and they don't seem to be armed that you can tell.
Okay.
But that's all that happens to you. In the middle of the night, everyone at the boarding house is awoken by screams coming from upstairs.
Oh, he's gonna get thrown out.
People rush upstairs to see what's the matter. Oh no! What? Knock, knock, knock!
What's going on?
Hutton, you
He's
awaken
totally
to
gonna get thrown out.
knocking at your door after your terrible dreams, the same kind of dreams you keep, these recurring dreams that you're having now. Do you answer the door?
Yes.
All right. There's several of the residents, and Jenkins is there. Stephen Jenkins, Mr. Hutton, what's the matter?
Uh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I've been having these nightmares.
All right. People calm down, and they go back to bed. Hazard, you are woken as well. Give me another con check. Let's see if you can fall back asleep easily, or if it's another damn it, it's another
Come
hour.
on.
Well, also,
52.
Uh-oh, what's your con?
I know it's 50 something.
Uh-oh.
Okay, 55. Thank God.
It's
Dempsey
55.
was also
No.
awoken then.
You can't get back to sleep, Hut. You can't get back to sleep. You don't know why. You feel like you
Oh,
should
wait,
drift
52
off.
out of 55.
That's right. I know. I got the numbers
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That's still a fail.
Oh,
no.
I still can't get to
Oh, so what's going on there? What'd you say? What'd you say about Dempsey?
Dempsey's also living there.
Yeah. Does he give Hutton a dirty look, or how does he react to this? Does he run up the stairs to see what the trouble was? It's too
No,
loud
he-
not to wake up everybody in the house.
He knows what it is now.
And
I
he
was
just
thinking-
lays in bed and is like,
Damn it.
I hate that man.
Do I need to make a con check to fall back asleep?
Yes, you can make me a contract to fall back asleep too. Success means that you fall back asleep pretty easily after the house quiets down. You failed.
Oh, 1 out of 80.
You go back to sleep during the screaming.
Oh, God, that idiot.
You grab a pillow, you put it over your head, and immediately you just fall back asleep. So Hazard, you sleep in the next morning. Ed doesn't show up. You're gonna miss breakfast if you sleep in. Keep that in mind. I mean, they don't.
I did succeed my con check.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Interesting. You
So
rolled a
you know
52 out of 55, which in this case is a fail.
Okay.
Just trust me. You got to trust me on this.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
That's another different bad news then.
Yes. So you did have trouble getting back to sleep. You could sleep until a little later. They serve breakfast till like 8. They'll get
Gotcha.
you some breakfast, but you'll miss most of the people around the breakfast table. Probably Dempsey you won't see because he gets up at a decent hour and then he gets off to work. Hutton you probably won't see. You probably only you probably would eat with one of the owners. So Hutton. 9:35. We're gonna break. We're gonna stop here shortly. But yes, you are approached by Stephen Jenkins. That morning, right after breakfast, he asks to speak to you, and he says, "Mr. Hutton, We can't have these kind of disruptions every night. Is this something that's going to continue?
I would hope not. I think I need to go. Is there a local physician?
Yes, there's Isaac. There's Dr. Davis. He gives you
I,
instructions. It's down Main Street towards
yeah.
the other end of town.
I will see if he can give me something to help me stay asleep and avoid this.
Okay. All right. All right. We don't want to kick you out, but we can't have this kind of disruptions every single night, and we might have to recommend that you find another place if it continues. I'm very sorry. You seem like a nice fellow.
I, I understand. I just there's been some
He puts a hand
change,
on your shoulder, a consoling hand on your shoulder.
changes lately.
Yes, I understand. I understand. But we do have other people staying here who are having difficulty sleeping.
Yeah,
So
Hutton's gonna.
he consoles you. He seems like a nice
Yeah,
guy. But yeah, but if you can't get it under control, then you go into to Doctor Davis's. Oh, the new.
yeah.
Hey, guess what? What day it is? It's Thursday.
That day.
It's time for newspapers.
Newspaper day.
Saltmarsh Gazette. Let me find Saltmarsh Gazette. You
Oh
got
my God! Now Hutton's gonna get hooked on like laudanum or
That's
something.
good that we hit the newspaper day before we stop playing, though.
I wanted to. Post to Discord. Here we go. The Saltmarsh Gazette, May 3rd. There it is. Let's see.
Oh.
Thursday, May 3rd, 1877. Obviously, the big news in town is the Tex escaping from the church last week.
Jesus, that was
That was only last week, yeah.
Oh my God.
There was a bar fight Saturday night. We did do some talking about that in one of the game sessions. There was
thing blowing up.
fake Steloids, freaking house blowing, his wagon blowing up and disappearing. There's a council meeting scheduled. There's a short piece about the new Undertaker in town, which is about Dempsey. There's another one about an odd figure seen coming into town on Friday night. And then there's saying of the week. So that's the front page. There, considering all the weird stuff that's been happening, Jimenez, you have not yet been interviewed by the paper, which is kind of odd. You were there for the bar fight. You did see the bar fight, Jimenez, with the Baldry brothers kind of going over the top, and they were driven. Huh?
I wanted to ask you, do I have to roll to read the paper at all?
What's your English?
41.
Abby Park is here. Says hello, Abby. Thank you for joining us. 41. No, it'll just take you a little longer to read it.
All right.
You're just a little slower. There's certain words that take you a little bit more time, so it's not just read over it quickly. But yeah,
Gotcha.
There's the.
All right, so
There's
I'll start reading the paper then.
Of the Saltmarsh
I want to
Gazette.
make sure I can understand everything.
Okay. Yeah, you were at the fight. You remember the fight. They were driven out of the bar, out of the saloon with thrown glasses and shot glasses, and Pete threw a chair. He was obviously shown in kind of a good light in that when he was trying to land on the Baldries and he missed and he landed on their table and broke it. So there was some damage to the saloon. But yeah, that's the weekly paper. We will probably end up here on Thursday morning. Sean, Hutton was going to go to see the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a psychologist. 69. He can give you some morphine to try to help you. Oh, some laudanum. He can give you some laudanum to try to help you sleep if you wish.
Yeah.
He does not know if that will work, if it will last you the night. So he will make a prescription. He gets some laudanum for you. He suggests you mix it with whiskey or something strong that will mask the taste. It's not very good taste. Hydrate. She's redeeming points on me.
try it.
Okay. So we'll see what happens tonight. Abby, we're playing Down Darker Trails, which is Call of Cthulhu. She asked what we're up to tonight, fellas. We're just about wrapping up here
Yeah.
shortly, actually.
Perfect time.
But the Saltmarsh Gazette has been published for the week, and that's a prop that I make them every week. So we'll probably end there on Thursday morning. Hutton, you've got some laudanum. Next time will probably move a lot quicker, as you finish making preparations for war to help the Quinoat. And so, questions, comments, suggestions. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Hey, good. Stressful, but good.
Stressful.
Oh God, Loren Hutton's going crazy.
He's not going crazy. He just has night terrors. Your other character in the other game is going crazy. So, James.
Oh yeah.
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 But Loren
is going crazy.
Loren's just having problems. He might get kicked out of the boarding house. He won't get kicked out. He might be asked to leave and refunded probably all his money.
I mean, he does have another place he can stay at, but he's trying to avoid that location.
Well, there's other boarding houses in town too. Don't forget that.
Maybe you can mix your nightmares together.
Did you want to try to look for the other boarding house, or
No, not yet.
Not yet? Going to try the laudanum first before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if he can get addicted to laudanum. And
Hutton saw some things that were terrifying to him, and now he wakes up screaming in the middle of the night, actually dreaming about unrelated issues and things that.
Isn't there another house for sale in town also?
No.
No?
Jack Justice's house has not been put up for sale for whatever reason.
I thought there was another house other than Jack.
Well,
Justice.
there was that time. I don't think Hutton could afford to purchase an actual house.
Okay.
He would need a roommate. Fernando, you don't mind getting woken up in the middle of the night every night with some guy screaming, right?
I don't know about that. I think he'd rather live in the back of a saloon right now.
In his tiny room, yeah.
And Fernando, we live in a house together.
For the oddest couple.
I'm meant to talk to the marshal. I'll put a note for it.
About what?
Ned Shankshaft being a Confederate spy.
Oh, yeah, put a note about that. Yeah, it looks like you guys have gotten a lot of information this time. Probably we won't do the assault next time that we play. We'll finish, but we'll probably finish up preparations next time, and then after that it's sailing away, and see what happens next. Sailing away. Oh wait, no, copyright.
Covers aren't copyrighted, right?
That's true. So yeah,
You can say a few seconds.
7. It's 7.
You couldn't sing the whole thing right now and it'd be okay?
No.
It depends. It just depends if anybody cares to try to sue somebody that doesn't have any money. Yeah, it could cause problems. So we're gonna phase Hutton out for now, as his character is too fragile sanity-wise at this juncture to continue seeing and going back and losing sanity just for you're dealing with your allies before you even get to the place. So since they're monsters,
Yeah, he would.
yeah.
He would go insane.
Yeah, so Sean's semi-retiring him. We will continue on with Hutton's storyline at some point in the future. Probably it depends. It just depends on what you do. There's still clues in town, and now you've got Cunningham on your side. He can start helping you look into this whole situation, since he's the only one you've told so far. You do have Cunningham. The council members are going to be introduced to the Quinoat and flip out when they see these, probably, and so they'll probably be all ready to help you out. You're going to get your ship, and you've got 2 NPCs working on getting crew for that and getting extra men as cannon fodder, including Dempsey, who's apparently part of the cannon fodder. Da da da. And Dempsey has his own secrets as well.
Technically, everybody is cannon fodder, quote unquote. I mean, we're not trying to have people just die,
right?
But we have no idea what we're going into,
right? Yeah, because the Quinoat have not been very forthcoming on the actual situation yet. So yeah, so
I was hoping it was at sea, so I brought a boat.
It's still a good fast way to get there.
Exactly.
Even if you can't get the steam engines underway, you've got the
at least
sails.
make one cannon off with us. if we
They're
have
big.
to.
Those are big cannons. The
Yeah,
32
that's why.
pounders are not like a little howitzer, like a 5 pound gun. You know, the guns that fire 5 pound shots are pretty big. And these are 32 pound guns. They're like the big guns on
Oh
ships.
God. So wait, you're saying this does more damage than a howitzer?
Yes. Then the 5 pound, 10 pound howitzers that I've shown you.
Jesus, yeah, because you
Um,
gave me the stats for that. That's
yeah,
gonna be an ass load of
that's a
damage.
32 pound cannonball that is being fired full, probably filled with more TNT or more powder, so it explodes on
Ooh.
impact. And then you have a 9-inch gun and an 8-inch gun and a 7-inch gun on the
No
ship.
one is allowed to roll a 100 when firing that.
That would
If
suck.
they do,
It doesn't mean the
everyone's
gun
dead.
would blow up. It could also be a hang fire. They don't know when it's going to go off. It could be freaking low charge of powder because these are all muzzle loaders. You did notice
It
that.
could be like the cannon they found at Fort Monroe near me. So when
So what?
when the base went inactive and became national park, they had to make sure all military equipment was removed,
Hmm.
which means they basically dredged the moat around the main fort.
Oh, for fallen stuff.
Yeah, and they found a cannon with a cannonball lodged inside
Oh,
when it misfired.
yeah, yeah, that could happen too.
Because all they ever did was they just, the cannons broke.
Throw it over the
Dump,
side. We're in the middle of a
dump it
fight.
in the wall. Yeah.
Maybe it'll land on somebody.
The funny thing is that I guess at some point in the 80s, they discovered that they had more equipment than they were supposed to have. And the rumor is that it was buried somewhere on base, and
Nice.
they don't know where.
Oh wait, like explosives are buried
Like a
or just
couple,
cannons?
some trucks.
What you doing, Andy?
I'm getting this set up so I can sit down.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
the rumor is basically they buried some trucks because they didn't know
Some trucks.
what to do with them. I'm like, couldn't they just say we have extra trucks? But yeah,
Maybe they weren't
yeah.
supposed to.
That cannon is actually now on display at the museum there.
All right. So yeah. Hey, 2 people watching. Awesome. We're gonna end the stream here in a moment. I actually want to hold on, pull Twitch up and see if I can rate anybody.
Sorry, people. Tune in next time.
Video producers wrong. Hold on. Don't say anything for a second. I gotta go back to the channel. Oh, it's muted. Never mind. You can say whatever you want. Creator dashboard. Let's hit raid channel. Oh, Roll20 app is actually playing tabletop RPGs, so we can
Yes.
raid them, I guess. Let's start the raid.
Yes.
Yeah. So, people who stop by, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Going to put this up on YouTube in about 24 hours. And yeah. So thanks everybody. So everybody say bye. Bye everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
And we're out.